recording shouldn't be a problem, at least.
Alright, I'm recording after every digital problem feasibly imaginable, and every outage. There might be the occasional internet problem on our side, but I think everything will be moderately okay. How is everybody tonight?
We're doing alright.
Good.
If this game doesn't finish, I'm going to go help you burn down unspecified internet company building.
Understandable.
Can we just do that anyway for funsies?
Who wants to roll the D100?
Oh, I do. Go ahead.
54.
Fenris, how do you feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party?
Not great.
Tell me more.
I mean, if it's necessary to protect their feelings, then yes.
So you're okay
Fair
with
thing.
white lies?
Yes. What? I don't like the term lie, but yeah.
Withholding things isn't considered a lie, but lying to, spare feelings is considered a white lie. If you're just withholding information, that's not a lie. That's just being a dick and not telling them things.
Oh, yeah, no, not gonna just hide shit from them for no reason. Only with very good reason. Yeah.
So do you think there might be a good reason to lie?
Yes, I mean, it is possible. Like, with the, well, if you tell anyone about this secret, you're gonna die. That's probably okay to lie then.
Understandable. Wilk,
I don't think
how do you feel about telling lies?
I don't think I've really lied once at all. There might have been times where I've withheld information that I should have said, but not out of the sense of intentionally withholding it. Just more so it wasn't asked about and I didn't think to mention it.
How do you feel about the keeping secrets part of it, though?
If it's for the greater good, that's fine. Or if it's got a greater payoff in the end, that's also fine.
What's the payoff to you?
Well, telling Aelin everything's going to be fine as an example, whenever it may not be fine, to reel in his temper so he doesn't go on a murder spree would probably be a good thing to say.
You fucking bastard.
So you defuse him by lying to him?
No, that was just an example. I could also suppose diffusing Aahana by letting her be okay with lying in the dwarven town because they would kill us all. But that was lying to dwarves, not necessarily the party. That was a payoff, not dying or being imprisoned.
So for you, payoff is not dying.
And not having an all-around horrible experience in the world, yeah. Also, we managed to free an elf because Fenris had the idea to lie about recruiting him into the Slayers.
Oh yeah, I did.
Aahana! How do you feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party?
I mean, when I first joined the party, I was keeping a secret. I don't necessarily like it, but one, I answer to a higher power. I answer technically to two higher powers, I suppose, in a way, since one's the Resistance and the other's Zahira's Awe. And if I have to keep something because they've asked me to, I will do it, unless I feel as if I don't tell, people will die. I don't much care for lying, but as Wilk just pointed out, I've been convinced it's alright once in a while, but I don't really like the idea of lying to everyone, or anyone in the group. And I feel like there's different levels of trust in some things. You're not really keeping secrets so much as you don't want to expose all the horrible stuff that's happened to your entire life, and I can accept that. I don't really think I keep secrets, unless I'm ordered to or asked to by, aforementioned, air quotes, higher powers. Because she doesn't really think the Resistance is a higher power, but she's just meaning authority figures. that she wants to listen to.
And Scheherazad's thing is do no harm and listen to your higher ups, so that's what you do.
Yeah, Scheherazade doesn't technically lie to me. She just gives me riddles that I might get confused. So I'm not trying to lie if I pass on her information, but
It is what it is. All right. Aelin, how do you feel about withholding secrets from the rest of the party, Mr. I withhold all of the secrets?
I've done in the past, I'm currently doing, will do in the future.
So you're gonna continue to withhold secrets from the rest of the party?
Absolutely. I'll tell
Why-
these people what I think they need to do.
Can I ask why?
Why not?
No. They remember, the rest of the party isn't gonna retain any of this. Tell me why.
I'm not used to sharing with people outside of my father, and we all know who he is. Things
So
are still a
you're-
little messed
so-
up at the moment.
So you've graduated from thinking that all of your friends are goldfish that are gonna die soon and leave you alone to now that you've realized you really couldn't trust your father and that he's the source of all of the anger and anguish in your life, that you have trust issues.
I cannot trust a single soul on this entire realm of existence.
I hope you never say that to your wives.
Have done, I'm currently doing, will do in the future.
Alright.
Totally they need to be pushed to get them also engagement glove things.
He's a
Gloves,
broken man. He needs help.
Got them rings.
All
At least we
right.
don't have to. At least no one has to ask who his favorite is.
Fucking rain. Oswald.
Yeah.
How does Oswald feel about withholding secrets from the rest of the party?
So before all fuck shit happened to Oswald, absolutely no secrets. He wants to tell everyone everything. He overshares way too much. When the fuck shit happened, when he started actually, getting trauma from all this, he kind of withdrew and didn't exactly lie, but he would definitely lie if people asked how he was doing. He's realized that lying to his friends about him being perfectly okay when he's not is not good anymore, so he's trying not to do that. Basically, he's trying his best to return to form of not ever keeping secrets or lying and oversharing constantly. So he doesn't
struggle
like
is real.
lying. Yeah. Doesn't like lying, doesn't like keeping secrets, but he still feels like if the only thing that he thinks will happen is bad news for the party, he shouldn't tell them anything.
Understandable. Everyone's fucked up, and it's my fault. I understand. Are we ready for the recap?
Yep.
Yes.
Is there any questions? Have I started to sound weird?
No, you've been good.
Good. It's not yet.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to? Okay. So, the moment I start having issues, you need to tell me so I can stop so we don't end up having frustration.
Yeah,
Yes.
the do not reference it or I'll kick you from the Discord thread is no longer applying.
Playing fetch with the cat, don't mind me.
I apologize if I'm bad at this. I can barely read. We all know this. All right. All right. Welcome to the Legends of Narthuza. I'm Oswald's mom. What is that? Is that a little arrow? Insert your name here, and then the arrow in the other way. Did I say that right? Well, anyway, we had some issues last time introducing me and the town as a whole. I'm going to recap. I guess at least I'm going to try. Last time, in summary, at least, our little valiant team of Copperclaws. Why not Talons? Oh shit, we're live. But they went and oh, sorry. Shh, I got this. We're good. It's okay. So they were, facing down their friend Fryn, who is royally kicking their asses. Oh, such language. And no wonder you were so filthy showing up. Oh, are you guys okay? You guys look
Fine,
bad.
just keep reading.
I'm sorry. So basically, they did find the creature's weakness and decided to, kill it. But towards the end, and while they were trying to kill it, it killed all of them?
We
What?
got better.
Yes, keep going.
What have you been up to?
We're fine.
Lucy, where have you been?
We're fine, Mrs. Kraigdeep. Keep going.
We got better.
What do you mean, died?
That was just Aelin.
Hey!
I mean, you did.
No, I was just saying hey.
Oh,
Hey?
Oh.
You
God.
kids are pulling my wing, right? Oh, you gotta be, yeah, it's fine. Anyway, moving on. They explored the house of Sledge, which was buried nearby where they found Fryn, and they found several pieces of his past. Well, you know, that's great. That sounds amazing. I'm sorry for your loss. And then their eggs apparently started to you have eggs? Who's the mom? Is there like, are you pregnant? What's going on?
none of ours. The animal eggs.
Lifts up Pillbug.
Sweet.
And
That's
I'm the
cute.
mom. I hatched them.
Aw, well, you're a great mom if you managed to hatch them all. Oh, so this is the part when you guys made your way to see me. Russell's fucking papers I don't have. And then
Is
something
actively
about
putting coins in
Fenris
swear jar.
letting a pumpkin eat him?
That's
What?
Lufa. Lufa got her head knocked off. She had to bite a couple times to get back to full strength.
You okay? Where did she eat you, son? Lufa, you know you're not supposed to eat people.
Bashful. Kicks rock.
Okay, well, so they basically made their way to the clinic, you know, where they saw me finally, and then they're all dirtied up and they need to take a break. So I made them some tea and snacks. I got little hands off some of like the letters that what I thought was a very nice tiefling gave me to Aahana and Oswald, but it seemed that they were threats instead. What is wrong with people? Very
A lot
rude of him.
things.
He didn't have a good mother growing up.
Well, you know, that's just the gist of everything. How did I do?
You did
You
good,
did good.
Mom.
Awesome. Well, I guess this is where we're starting. So, you all are fucking filthy, and after you're done eating, I'm gonna usher you guys all over to take a bath. And also be checked up, because, God, you said you died.
Yeah, I'm fine.
By Vulture, Jesus Christ.
I die quite a lot, actually.
That's not healthy.
It's really not, especially for the mental state. How you holding up, Aelin?
Oh, I'm totally fine.
I feel that.
Is there anything else you guys want? I mean, you got your little sandwiches, some crepes, and some tea. Do you need more tea?
I'd like a stiff drink.
You want alcohol?
Hey,
Do you have any thick milk here?
I mean, we have milk. Is goat's milk okay?
Yeah, can you warm it up just a little bit?
Sure.
Thank you.
Hell, and she's like staring at Aelin as she walks away, like her head turning as she's walking away to stare at him. We're not drinking here.
Aelin,
Oh, come on.
She's a doctor. Are you really gonna ask a doctor for alcohol?
it'll heal me inside wounds.
No, it won't. Alcohol
You're
is
not a doctor.
alcohol is used for out. I trained with her.
Ah, shit, you are
Alcohol
kind
is
of a
for
doctor,
outside boo boos, not inside boo boos.
I shove the copper-filled swear jar over to Aelin.
Yeah.
I'm not putting nothing in that.
House rules.
Ah, fine, I'm gonna be poor by the time I leave here, you fucking...
You only gotta
goddamn.
gotta put a gold in. Don't worry.
You're just gonna take a handful, like 10 gold, drop it in there.
I'm pre-fucking paying. Keep
I don't know
fucking
how things
change.
work here.
Just be careful. If you curse too much, she'll hit you with a spoon. And if you curse even more, she'll hit you with the other spoon. Looks over at wall where there's a single stir spoon, and then a stirring spoon about the height of a normal person.
You guys hear her rustling in the kitchen, seeming to start a fire and boiling something, at least trying to. You guys are alone for the moment. What are you all doing?
I'm just chilling. Snacking.
We really should clean up after that mess. A little bit of taking care of ourselves wouldn't be bad. Get some milk for this guy.
We
Handle
did
some
just
minor
walk into this
chores.
town completely covered in blood and dirt.
Yeah,
Yeah, it hurt a lot.
there should be
got a
some baths
report.
in the.
The farm's grave site, obviously. Still.
Mm-hmm.
Warn the town.
Well, we'll go to the island. There's a grove my aunt Alkis tends to. She'll get us in contact with the people to do that with.
Also,
Oh, I'm gonna go bathe before I eat.
we also
Yeah,
Aahana
should-
will go to bathe.
You don't know where the bathing is. You're just kind of like all sitting there like dirty, getting dirt and blood like flakes everywhere. But there's like this pristine, like lavish meal of like finger sandwiches and like cream and fruit stuffed crepes before you. And you know you're supposed to eat.
Yeah, you should eat first, and then I'll show you everyone where the baths are.
and maybe somebody at where you've trained who might be able to help identify some tricks with that staff. We've just got a lot going on, don't we? And
Yeah.
just gonna not talk about everything that happened.
Not talk about what?
Nothing. Keep
As she
straight.
walks in with 2 bottles of steaming milk.
Things,
Yes, they have little like rubber nipples on them and everything.
things that make us feel bad for getting our asses kicked. Throws in gold piece.
I mean, there's not really like a psychologist in town, and I've been dabbling if you need to talk.
We'll be okay. Susie's a pretty good therapist.
So the bugs can use this, right? They don't have fangs or something? She's holding up the bottles to both Aahana and Wilk.
I take one of the bottles and offer it to Pillbug.
Aahana just takes it, and she just puts it up to her hair.
So the tiny little thing is now on the tip, but it's like, it doesn't know what to do. And then she just stares at this tiny little speck of a spider and is like, oh. I'll get you a plate and you can put like a drop on there. Maybe that'll be enough? She scurries away.
Yeah, that'll
The
be good.
Pillbug, which is about the size of your hand, hun, is actually able to like latch on the tip, chewing on it, but it doesn't have teeth, so it just sort of just starts sucking.
Yeah, I give it a little squeeze here or there to help.
When she returns, she puts down a little like, could only be like the saucer for a teacup. Just try that.
Just lifts up the bottle with the spider still on it, and then slowly lowers it to the fire to get it off the top.
It seems, the spider gets done, it seems like it seems to be at least aware of what it should be doing.
Sweet. Just like putting little dollops of milk next to it for it to drink.
Seems to be enjoying them.
I reach over and rustle a part of Oswald's feathers. Feeding time, buddy. Little albino jumping spider.
Oh yeah, it's already on the table eating things.
It is big. It is bigger than hers.
Yeah.
Not by much, but it's
Yeah.
bigger. You see it
I
with
was
like
looking
half
for-
of a part of a crepe in its mouth.
Oh god.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
looking
that's not good
for
for it.
where I fucking wrote down its name, but I don't seem to have wrote down its fucking name. I swear I did.
I don't know if you named it yet. You were kind of in the mood.
I did name it. I remember naming it and like trying to say I did and never getting a chance to. But I'll figure it out.
All right then. So once you all have eaten, she's staring at all of you that are not eating.
Grabs crepe, puts in mouth.
Good.
Seba,
Nice.
that's what his name was.
Basically, I'll take you down to the clinic because that's where I don't have anyone there right now. And there's not really been a lot of fighting. So for the most part, you guys can kind of just stay in the rooms I have for my long-term patients usually. There's like normal baths and everything. Oswald, you're more than welcome to use the outdoor one if you want, but I figure your friends might want to feel a little more comfortable. If you want to also, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
We aren't exactly bashful, at least.
I mean, I would hope not. You are all furry and feathery for the most part. Aside from one of you. 2 of you. Does the half thing count? I don't know.
Yeah, it counts. You should have seen the look on those poor dwarves.
Oh.
It's kind of funny, honestly.
How does your back hold up from all of that?
My back?
Yeah. I mean, I get
Oh.
to talk with the orc ladies here, but they don't usually end up very well endowed.
I mean, I would assume the
Oh.
wings help somewhat with counterbalance.
I do have a... Before the wings, I used to have to, like, really tighten them down. Because they would just throw me side to side whenever I tried to fight. And it was not fun.
How did nature cause that to evolve that way? It just doesn't seem proper.
I honestly don't know.
I feel for you. I'm so sorry.
Maybe it's like old magic because some Lamia got upset. She couldn't compare to the others. I feel like that's something an ancient, powerful Lamia would do.
I mean, from what I hear, they're all a little, big-headed, so.
Yeah, they are.
Wait. Once you guys are done eating, follow me. You're ready. Are you all ready?
Yeah.
Oswald, are you going to be staying in a room in here, or would you like to take your bath outside?
I'll be staying in a room in here.
Kidoki, let's go! So she, takes you back down the stairs you guys climbed to get up there, and then she unlocks the door and takes you into the clinic proper, and you see, a very sterilized, cozy, and knick-knack covered, front entrance, with, chairs for seating area and waiting area, and then there's that desk where people can basically check in and do things, and she leads you past that into a back area, and then she leads you down a hall to the right, and then basically starts unlocking doors and basically showing you all into what looks to be very sterile looking in rooms that are not in rooms, right? So it's very white or pale colored, very clean, dusted, smells a lot of rubbing alcohol, and then in the corner is a shower stall, actually covered glass, standing stall. If you were to open the door, you see it's it actually has water heads and everything and a drain in the floor. You've never seen something like this before. It's weird, but also kind of cool. And then of course the bed, it's a single bed, very small. Has a very flat mattress, probably not the most comfortable, but it's clean and it looks like it's easy to clean, and there's blankets folded up on the foot of those. So basically you'll be staying in those as long as you want, I guess. Well, if you need anything, I'll be gonna be upstairs. You know how to get up there?
Yeah, we followed. Same way back up as back down, right?
Of course! So you guys just had lunch. Dinner will be at 8. Until then, feel free to wander around. Ozzy, darling! Your auntie, I don't know how she knew you were coming, but she said if you showed up to send her your way, so to send you her way, as well as any friends. He's been acting a little weird lately.
Weird in general, or weird for Aunt Alkies?
She refuses to leave her little hovel, and she's been very, you know how she overshares?
Yeah.
She's been very tight-lipped tight-beaked, I guess, about everything.
Confused look on Oswald's face drops to sheer horror.
And I've been hearing rumors lately that people have been seeing an orc sneaking in, to her area. And I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I think she needs help, and she doesn't want to talk to me. After all these years, you'd think she'd talk to her best friend. She's walking away, basically just fucking ranting about it.
I mean, Aahana's pretty decent with relationship advice.
Your mom is gone now. You guys can talk.
Not sure if it's relationship, but yeah.
Already stripping down, trying. Is there a spot that they have for cleaning? I'll just prestidigitate it, but I feel like shit. I'm not gonna lie.
No, there's a place for cleaning clothes. If everyone just leaves their clothes in a basket, I'll go wash them.
Too kind. Piles up everything.
I mean, it's my house, so yeah. Be sure to take everything out of your pockets.
Oh shit. Pulls out so much things.
Aahana will also put her clothes in there, but she's taking her armor with her.
Yep, Fenris will chuck his clothes in.
I'll just bag all this stuff up and set it up properly next time.
What about Aelin?
Bold of you to assume he wasn't nude the moment he walked in there.
I'm not surprised anymore.
Sighs, picks his clothes up that are scattered on the floor with his foot.
Lila's also picking them up with you because she's just
just
I can't with him.
Musan's sitting in my shower, sitting. And just also looking at the shower size, I look to Aahana. Do you need help? Stares from Aahana, looks down, keeps following tail back up the stairs.
Help with what?
Nothing, I guess.
Look at every time we reference her tail, it grows another 10 feet.
It's still an Emelroth.
Reasons would be like, Silas, how did you find us? I followed the fucking bright pink tail.
So,
Stretched on for miles.
everyone who is not Oswald, if you're trying to figure out how to turn on the water yourselves, I'm gonna need an intelligence check.
You know, I would like to think we at least have an idea of how to turn things on, but have you ever gone into a guest shower?
Yes.
Anybody's shower but your own?
Who wants to go first?
I'm already rolling.
Okay. Are you standing in the stall?
Yes.
So you turn it on, and the water at least comes out. Now, I need you to roll me a 1d2.
One.
Ice cold.
Better than the burning hot, honestly, considering what we're used to.
So
I'm
you're just
assuming
standing
I
under
hear,
this yeah, how do you react?
Just tense briefly and go, huh, it's just like raining.
Are you-
Ice cold, motherfucker.
Do you try to fuck with it anymore?
There's another, like, nozzle, right?
Yeah.
I'll start messing with that one next.
All right. Over the course, since you got a 10 and not any lower, you'll figure it out. It goes to extremes because you're like, it's not changing. And then you put it too far, so it's now boiling hot. And you're like, ah. Then you're like, delayed reaction, delayed reaction. It takes a while, but you get into a nice temperature. Who's next?
I'll go next. Aahana sets aside her armor, stares at it for a second, looks around the room. Is there a sink in here? Or like a flat surface?
I mean, there's the bed, and there's a counter next to the bed.
She's gonna go up to the counter and she pokes her finger at the garum spider, puts it down on the counter. Once I figure out how to get water, I'll give you some if you want to bathe. I
It's
don't know
so
if it can
tiny.
bathe itself.
You have a feeling like it's going to basically bathe and get its drinkies off of the mist coming from the shower.
Probably. She like slithers up to the shower, just stands there and goes, "All right, let's see how I do."
Are you gonna cram your upper body inside?
She's not gonna get into it just yet until she figures out exactly how the water
All right,
gets in there.
intelligence. Roll me a 1d2. So at first you're like staring at these nozzles, and so you grab a nozzle in each hand and start turning them. But then as you're doing that, your elbow hits a button on the side of the wall, and basically the bottom like shunks up and it turns into like this little mini bath, and the water comes out of not above you but below you, and it's ice cold.
Huh. Wait. she's gonna grab the sending. She's gonna go back over to her armor and her little pack with all of the stuff she has. Pulls out sending stone. Oswald.
Yeah?
How do I make the water warmer?
Left knob hot, right knob cold.
But it doesn't go any further.
Wait, what?
It's not going any further.
Hold on.
Above game, she turned both of them fully.
It's just, he doesn't understand what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
So he just sets down the laundry basket and comes walking back and just walks over. It's like,
You activate. You see, she activated the tub. It's coming out of the lower nozzle, and while both are turned, one's turned in the wrong direction, and it's ice cold.
Takes cold knob, turns it lower. Takes hot knob, turns it higher. They turn in opposite directions.
Oh, I thought you meant I just had to keep turning it.
No, thank you for not trying that. And I'm gonna go make sure Aelin doesn't destroy his. He walks out of the room and walks into Aelin's room.
Hana, you're still unsure because now the water is getting to the top of that little tub part and it's not stopping.
Is she making that noise loud enough for me to hear?
She would be making it as you're leaving the room.
Turn them the other way to turn it off.
Oh, turns them both the other way.
Roll me dex.
Check or save?
Check. You somehow manage to hit the button again. The fucking water starts draining, but not before the wall comes down. And so it floods into the room a little bit. But because it's like angled, it only floods and then comes back towards the like drain. And now the water's off. There is no water in the thing that you can use, and you're confused.
Looks at buttons.
You do note the buttons this time, at least.
Starts pressing them to try and get the bath back.
You press the button, the bath comes back, but now you gotta turn it on again.
She's gonna try and turn it on. She at least knows what's hot and cold now.
Intelligence at advantage, because he helped you. Yeah, you figured it out. It just takes some time.
God.
Look, it doesn't matter how much you fumble with it, he trusts you not to stab the bathtub and sacrifice it to Adrian.
So, Aelin, as you're staring at your setup, Oswald comes in.
Okay, other people had problems. I'm here to make sure you don't stab the bathtub.
I've got it.
Oh, really?
Intelligence.
Give me your sword.
All of his shit was on the floor.
Yeah, it's like just scattered on the floor, and
your
as he
other
turns,
sword.
as he's staring at you, he reaches out and like naturally just turns on the hot and cold water to the point where he wanted it perfectly, still staring at you.
Oh, good.
See, I told you I had it.
Alright, I'm just making sure.
Fenris,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I guess I'm just gonna figure it out.
So are you in or out of the shower?
Probably in.
All right, roll me intelligence. Yeah,
18.
you're not sure why you're hearing the noises around you as you're like, you just deftly turn it on the way you want.
I'm just taking
You're like-
delight in hearing people's just shocked expressions of just, oh, shit.
Yeah, like for you, it's like, this is very intuitive. Why don't we have this in more towns?
Yeah, this is just convenient.
Fuck, right? You all take a nice bath. Or get yourselves clean, as long as it takes. Some of you longer than others due to size and how dead you were.
And how dead you were.
Just washing away the stench of death, as you do.
But yes. The water stays the temperature you asked, you have it stayed. Oswald, you drag the fucking clothes into the fucking quote-unquote washroom. You see that as you get in there, your mom has some brand new machines installed, and you're just like... So you don't have to scrub them yourself, because you're looking at them, you're like, this looks a lot like the tech that gnome used that made the showers. So, intelligence with advantage.
Room starts flooding with suds. Ma! 15.
It takes you a little bit to try to figure out, basically you study the machines a bit, and then you're like, okay, so everything goes in here, and then I turn this on, and I need to open this door over here so the wet clothes can automatically tumble into this thing that's gonna dry them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little conveyor belts, like scrubby machine thingy.
Had at least a little bit of comedy of errors. At some point, he presses one of the rubberized buttons, and his claw goes through it, and it comes off, and he's like, what? What do I do?
But then you cannot go take your shower as well.
Yep, I'm gonna go take a shower, and after I rinse myself off, I'm gonna make sure to help wash off the garum spider and all the Eldranga.
Nice. You actually see the keeper one. I forgot what you named him. Like trying to to take care of the baby garum spider, and only half succeeding because it's not its own species and it doesn't know what to do.
Hold on. It kind of knows what to do itself. Here, watch. And he just like helps get a little basin of water for each of them.
And all of you get nice and clean.
I've got fucking Luson wrapped in a blanket. Drying him off.
Gotta mist the fucking spider because they're covered in hydrophobic hairs.
Right?
Make sure the pill bug's clean. Got to think of a name for you.
I'm gonna say a couple hours pass as you guys take care of yourself and what you need to do, and at that point, your clothes are finally dry. That's when people are finally starting to poke their heads out, like, "Hey, what's going on? What do we do now?" You know?
Nope, Aahana just leaves her room. Like, where's my clothes?
Over here! Getting them out of the dryer.
Follows the sound of Oswald's voice.
Yeah, I'm good. Just go too. I mean, it didn't seem that crowded. I don't really care to be bashful about anything.
Aelin's just walking around, shriveled up.
Oh god.
It's always jarring to see that shit swinging. Not swinging because it's shriveled. But you know what I mean? Just on the outside.
He looks like a 90-year-old man, just... Help me!
Haha, look at the elfish shits on the outside.
That's racist.
You guys get dressed in your nice, clean clothes that smell semi-florally.
I
Nice.
smell like the forest.
Yeah. Do you not like it?
I fucking love it.
No, it's funny.
Good.
Wilk, you see Wilk getting dressed, and his Under Armour for the day, you just see him putting on the school outfit from the dwarves. It looks back, but it's new and comfortable. Stuff was like perfectly tailored for us.
Yeah.
No one's gonna ask questions here. Puts on
Yeah.
studded leathers and cloak.
I'm just
So-
gonna put on my normal clothes.
What do you guys want to do now?
Aelin,
Hey,
You guys have
braid my hair, please.
on it.
You guys have 6 hours till dinner.
It's a 25 because I'm helping.
I really want to, First of all, have you ever had someone try to help you do something to their own hair? If anything, you get disadvantage. Second of all, I really want to check in on my Aunt Alkis now, and she wanted all of us to go, so when you guys are ready, I think we should go
Aelin,
there.
Your pruned fingers are just like...
Can we try it again in about 25 minutes?
Fine.
I'm gonna get an extra bottle of milk for the road. Keep this thing fed. While I'm thinking up a name.
Dry hair is harder to braid than wet hair, though.
But look at me hands.
Does anyone else want to try?
I heard a noise from the kitchen, so I turn around and I just see him zoom the fuck out of it. I can't braid
I have
hair
no
with
idea
it.
how to... Yeah, I have no idea what to do with hair.
Is it like rope? Good if
Do
it's
not
like rope.
rope my hair.
Rope the hair.
The closest thing I could do to braiding is stitching.
You're saying I've
Aahana's
been
just
doing
gonna
all...
go braid her own hair.
You're telling me I've been doing all these sleight of hand checks, but I'm not even fucking proficient in it? Oh god.
Aahana, you need help. Your hair has gotten so much longer since you left the town that you basically when from before you met them, it's been a few months. Your hair's it's just what the fuck, bro? You hear Everyone hears grunting from her room as she's trying to braid her hair.
God,
I-
fucking damn it!
From the side of her door, for like Scooby-Doo style, from the side of her door frame, Oswald's head just whoop, looks at her. She's, I'm assuming, got one hand stuck in her hair at this point.
No, it's like she's got like she's trying to braid it, and it's like it's not braiding properly, and shit's everywhere. There's like half the hair that fell out at some point. She didn't realize, and now she's realizing it.
As he just goes away from the door and walks off to try and find his mom, hoping she knows how to do it.
Wilk was going upstairs too for a bottle, so you guys walk up there, and she's like currently looking like she's making preparations for a decent meal tonight. And when you guys appear, she's like, "Yes."
Just need another bottle for the road for this little guy. What's the pill bug?
Oh, come here. Basically, I've been having to take care of some babies lately, so. And she could like drink, like she gestures you over to like the corner of the kitchen where she's got like this metal like cauldron looking thing that's on a fire. It basically has water in it, and there's like 3 different bottles in there, all filled with milk.
I'll take one.
This will keep it nice and warm. So like if you ever need one, just come up here and grab one, okay?
Perfect.
I'll try to keep this somewhat filled, but I don't think you're gonna need that much. They're very small from the looks of it.
Yeah, they grow pretty quick early on, so he'll be able to get something more solid eventually.
I'll make sure to pick up some more goat's milk. And, you know, I'm sure you're not going to stay here long, but I hope you stay. But, you know, just for the road whenever you need it.
It's a nice place. We'll have to stop by more often.
So good to hear! I'm going to love seeing you guys more often. Are you, like, staying in the Craiglands for long?
We might be
For a
in
while.
town over soon, yeah.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Yeah, we'll be sure to stop by on our way back, too.
Just be semi-aware since it's winter. It's, you know, it's the storm season, so the storm drakes are a little active. So be careful while you're traveling on the roads in the Craigslands.
Oh, right, that had completely slipped my mind. I'm assuming I very much know about that.
Oh, yeah. This is basically their breeding season. They basically go ham trying to find, like, mates, at least the young ones, because dragons, from what you know, may have multiple partners, but they mate with those multiple partners for life. So the young ones are looking, and they try to steal ones away from other men and women, and it's just a whole mess.
Mm-hmm.
It's very volatile in the winter in the Craiglands.
I guess it's a good thing we didn't bring the drakes.
Gotta love dealing with drakes and dragons. Oh well. Can't be as crazy as accidentally your way into one of those forest dragon abodes on a traveling spree.
Just try not to insult them. They're very intelligent, and they take slights very easily right now.
Naturally. I'll head off with the bottle.
So, weird question.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how to braid hair?
Is it anything like making braided cord for, like, clothing?
Don't know. Just the Aahana, the snake one, she's trying to braid her hair and it's just not working.
I know there's like there's a salon, right?
Oh yeah, we do have one, don't we?
Well, yeah, in the Orcs Red District.
Right, I just never remembered that because gestures to feathers.
No, yeah, exactly. But she could take her there. I don't want to make it worse.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Just run back downstairs.
You hear the grunting from Aahana's room as she's getting even more frustrated as her arms are starting to get tired.
Aahana!
Ah, what?
You pokes hand.
Fingers
stuck
just
in
all
hair.
in hair.
First of all,
Does she
let me
want
help
a
you get your
haircut?
hands out of your hair. Let me help you get your hands out of your hair. There's a salon here. The orcs have a salon. We can go get your hair, taken care of by someone professional.
Fine. I can't do it myself.
I help her get her hands out of her hair.
She's just kind of like just stares down at the ground. You can tell she's really angry, but she's trying really hard not to, be a hot-headed person, and she just starts slithering off. Makes her way all the way back upstairs, finds swear jar, throws entire copper into it.
Oh God. Aahana, do you just want a haircut?
I like growing my hair. Why do you think a warrior would have it as long as I did? I just haven't had time to get better at braiding it. With this, I usually have downtime between missions to practice.
Yeah, I get that. It's winter's coming and it's about to start to get a lot hotter anywhere we go, and nothing like having an extra coat of fur.
Isn't it?
Gets everywhere.
Isn't it supposed to get colder when it becomes winter?
Yes, exactly. But if we go in more temperate areas, like underground, down south, swamps.
Oswald, you know for a fact that this area never sees snow, and it stays like in the winter it gets to 70. In the summer, it's in the 120s.
Yeah, even during winter, it doesn't really get that cold around here.
Even better.
Wow.
I don't think we've seen snow here. I think there was one year there was snow, but that was because there was something going on with I think it was a dragon or something.
Basically,
know.
Kraigdeep is the last place that gets rains on a normal. This is right before the desert, the quote-unquote desert area, where they don't see that much rainfall. So you guys see less rainfall than the rest of the forest, but you see more than the rest of the crags.
Yeah,
you guys are right in the middle.
We're right where it starts becoming really arid.
Yeah, I guess considering that we are south of that mountain pass now. Fucking hell. Throws in gold coin.
You guys really need to work
I
on
think
that.
that's two, actually.
Hell's a place, not a slur.
Okay.
Aelin, as he says that, you feel a fucking twinge in your scar.
No reaction. Just.
Aahana blowing her bangs out of her face.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, I guess we can stop by his auntie once we're all set up, or that professional's place first for Aahana's hair.
I guess we can go to the salon first. I don't know how long it would take.
To get across town, because you know that it would be where 8 is?
Yeah.
It's the Artisan Terrace, which is also where the orcs consider body art to also be considered an art form. So salon would be there.
It's over on the other side of town, but it's not,
It's about a
not
half an hour
huge
walk.
town. Yeah, half hour.
How
Where's your
far
auntie
away
at?
is your aunt?
North.
My aunt is
15 minutes.
15 minutes to the north.
We go to your aunt first.
If you would prefer, your hair done, we could do that.
She's right there. It's not gonna be a big deal. Who knows? Maybe she can do hair.
Alright. Maybe. I mean, she's not a vulture kindred, but she's very feathery too.
Reconnecting, everything's fine.
Fenris, you've been quiet for a while. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Just
I'm
don't have
making
much
sure.
to add.
Well,
What do you guys want to do?
I guess
I
let's-
mean, I'm partial to visiting Oswald's aunt first, but there's
yeah.
no real rush on any of it, I think.
You can also split the party if you absolutely want to.
I mean, if I can find someone who could take me to this red district, then I could just go there myself. And then where exactly would I ask them to take me back? Or how would I ask for directions to your aunt?
The Grove. They would know what you're talking about.
Alrighty then.
Does anyone want to go with her?
I mean, Aelin, you also have hair. Do you need hair done with anything done? I don't know how the hair works.
I'd go see what they offer.
See if
Alright.
you can pick up a trick or two, since you're usually pretty good at it.
Does anyone else
Always
want to
pretty
go with
good at
them?
Oh, right. I was told this is something that humans and other weird travelers do that, is ill-advised. If you try and ask them for happy endings, they'll break your arm.
It's,
What-
I know
What's a
what to
happy
ask for those.
ending?
I'll explain
don't
when you're
know.
older.
I don't know what it is, but I just know that if you see a human walking out in the cast, it's because they asked for one.
Fenris told me what it was one time when we
Does a
tricked
15
Oswald.
hit?
15 hit who?
Aelin.
No.
Her tail just whiffs right past your head.
Why?
Oh, that was supposed to hit you.
What did I do?
Does anyone want to go with them to keep the peace?
I want to go to watch this shit go down. This is gonna
Okay,
be
you know
funny.
what? Let's all go see what we're going there first. We're just going there first.
You guys have lots of hours left before dinner.
Yeah.
And here
And
I wanted to
Alkees is
visit
fine.
Lindsay.
Where'd you
Visit
want to
the
visit?
And here I was wanting to visit first. Ah, well, we can go check it out.
I mean, you all could use with a trim,
Yeah.
especially if
it's
you're
where
going to be in
they,
the hotter area.
May as well get the
I mean, the
undercoat.
orcs. What?
May as well get my undercoat. You know, get
Yeah.
rid of it.
All right.
All right, let's get
Let's
going
go.
then. We're headed to the artist terrace, Mom.
Okay, be safe.
We will be.
I love you, sweetie.
Love you too.
We love you too.
Oh, that's just sweet.
He's married.
Lord, I like
Slap
your
him.
mother. He didn't mean it like that.
What are you implying, Aahana?
Are you saying you couldn't see Aelin trying to seduce your mom just to annoy you?
No, I could see him dying trying that. I
Ah.
could see.
I said.
I wouldn't.
That's why I
wouldn't
said
need to be
trying
there.
to seduce her. To
By
annoy
the
you
way,
need to
Fenris,
be
they
there.
are moving.
Oh. Okay.
I would never.
about
She is
the
a lovely woman.
moving
Who
thing.
would kill you faster and more painfully than I ever could.
What you go making promises now?
She's a doctor.
Oswald, you're
Yeah.
taking the wrong approach. He's attracted to women who could kill him.
This is true.
Remember Day, she stabbed him, and he tried to court her.
Ah, that was just her flirting.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Look, I've learned there's nothing I can say that'll make him stop hitting on my mom because he'll just do it to annoy me. So the best I can do is, threaten to rip his throat out.
I wasn't hitting on your mother.
I've literally got this thing baby swaddled as I'm walking through the streets with my wings out. And I'm just like looking at it. Are you a boy or a girl? Can't tell yet.
I was saying, we stop and make friendly conversation with random people, so it takes a little longer than 30 minutes, but what are you going to do when you're at your hometown?
Avoid everyone you used to know.
No.
That's
How would
pretty
you know?
accurate.
You never had a hometown.
Oswald, you know that this building here is the Bath and Body Works, which is run. It's literally called. Let me say this in a gentle way. It's Diamond Tusk's Bath Body Works. So you know that place is notorious, and for a specific reason, and only with people that are like visitors.
But I don't know why.
No, you don't know shit, because you've never had it happen. But you think it has to revolve around what you warned him about the whole happy endings thing.
Mm-hmm.
People get the wrong idea.
So I know that it's here. I know that's Diamond Tusk's Bath Body Works. That's where a lot of the travelers come out with broken arms. I don't know anything about this place because I never used any of their services. Because, tattoos don't really work with the feathers and all that, so...
I'm gonna go get a tattoo.
Alright.
I thought you already had one.
Immediately takes off. That's not a
That's
tattoo, that's
just
a brand.
You can get that here, too.
Alright, well, he's gonna get there first. Okay, so Aelin, as everyone's catching up, as you step in, so you come across this building. It's very above game Japanese style, sort of mansion. And there's these sliding doors in the front that are painted in this beautiful collage of blossoming trees, a crane flying in the background, and as you step closer, they slide open automatically. You're hit in the face with this floral scent, and sort of petals of flowers flutter past you. And inside you see the largest, most beautiful orc bodybuilder of a woman who's in this very elegant, kimono that's sort of like with a big old obi. It's off her shoulders. She's got this intricate sort of like almost basically a tattoo on her, because like the stones in her face and on her body they look like they're actually diamonds, and the tattoo she has makes it look like her shoulder and the part of her that's being seen is actually made of stone, and this is ore. Like this is diamond ore that she is. She's stunning. She's got flowing white hair. Her face is done up. She's got these ruby red lips and then like some sort of like red wings around her eyes. She's very pale, which only seems to add to everything. She is stunning and striking, and I need a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving, let's go. 5.
You don't know what to say, and as you're just sitting there awestruck, everyone else catches up, and you see the same thing I just said to you.
His jaw's just at his knees.
Wow, you're beautiful.
Leans over, picks up Aelin's jaw for him.
It's just that at this point you guys realize she's been striking a pose as if she knew people were coming, and then like after like that like stunned stare, and then you're just saying that she's just a smile spreads across her face. She's like, "Welcome! It's been a while since we've had people come in.
Bobby?
It's
Sorry.
it's
Bobby?
past,
Sorry.
visitors." What did he say?
Mommy's sorry, mommy's sorry.
What did I'm not your mother. Anyway,
Yes.
welcome to
There's a
Diamond
lot of
Tusk's
issues.
Bath and Body Boudoir. We do anything and everything that has to do with your body. What can I help you all with today? Is that Oswald? She
Hi.
waves to you, Oswald. Your mother was in the other day to get, some preening done. You've never come in. Are you finally coming in?
Well, I mainly had to get help for her because she needs help braiding her hair. But
Hair
while
all
I'm
the way
here-
down, almost touching the ground.
But while I'm
I
here,
can
I
see
might as
why
well.
she needs it. Well, let's start with one at a time. You all are here, so you all look like you could get some work done. Who's first?
Points to Aahana.
Now, dear, what do you want? Do you need a scale polish? Are you going to be shedding soon? I know your hair. Do you want to trim? Do you want us to do it up for you? How long do you want that to last? Are you looking for some tattoos? Maybe some makeup?
Ooh. I would like my hair trimmed for any split ends. And then done up so it's not in the way of me doing everything.
How long do you want that to last? Because we have certain ways of keeping it in place for longer.
How much is the longest?
About a month.
Ooh, I'll take that.
It's even a little water resistant, but the more you fuck with it with water, the shorter the time span is. Basically, we'll wax your hair.
Yeah, I'll do that. That sounds
good.
great.
We'll get the pricing at the end, but it usually goes to about 2 silver.
I can do that easily.
Sounds good. And with that, she scribbles down some things. What's your name, dear?
Aahana.
Aahana. Last name?
Aahana. Kim.
Him. All right. To the right, if you go through that door, the first attendant you see will take you back and get you done up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In building.
Who's next?
Go ahead, Oswald. It's your hometown. I think
Alright.
I'm still getting Aelin.
She looks, her eyes glitter, and you see now that they're amethyst colored, and she looks down at you with this smile of finally.
It looks like you already it looks like you already have something in mind, so I guess I'll just go with that.
I just wanted to get you a good done pruning. Do you have anything else back a week? A beak wax? How about a permanent infusion of your feathers? So you don't have
No,
to keep using makeup?
Uh,
Not
putting the
permanent,
makeup
permanent.
in
It's
is-
temporary, but permanent.
No, putting the makeup in is therapeutic, so I like doing that.
She sighs. Beak wax?
Yeah, the beak wax sounds good.
You want any piercings?
No, probably not. I don't think that would work very well.
She sighs again. What about a manicure?
Looks at horrendous claws. Yes.
All right. For you, it'll be probably around 5 gold and a silver. Is it 2 gold and a silver? Two gold and a silver.
I don't have anything
We
smaller,
can break
so
change for you.
yeah, I'll just give her a copper and if just put this towards the whole group doing things.
No. She gives you back her money. She's very strict about this.
Okay,
You get back the proper change.
which is what?
Honey.
It's in tens, so 1 copper is 10 silver. So you would break one of those silver into 10 gold. So it was 1 silver, 2 gold?
Yep.
So you get 9 silver, 8 gold back.
I would get 8 silver back.
Yeah, sorry.
And then, now once again, to the left this time, because you're a man. We have our attendants there for you. Oh, I should have asked. I'll have them ask in the middle. It's fine.
Okay. Walks over.
Who's next?
Hamana.
After you, Aelin.
Can he talk yet?
He's
No.
stricken.
She leans down. So now he's got full view of full-on cleavage and her face as she's now on his level. What can I do for you, sweetie? You know you can just talk. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Adam in nosebleed. Alright, I'm back. What? I want the side of me head shaven. Right over here.
Oh, so a haircut.
And a tattoo.
You want a tattoo? How big of a tattoo are we talking about?
Whole side of me head.
Oh, what? And just that?
Here I was thinking you just want a small one at the base of your back.
Just one tattoo there? Or are you looking for more tattoo work done? How about some piercings?
He wants a heart on his arm that says Ruby.
I'm not asking you, dearie. You'll wait your turn. She
Right,
looks back
you
to
shut up.
Aelin.
Side of me head shaved, tattoo there. You know what? Let's just do the whole body while we're here.
All right, a whole makeover would be about 5 silver.
Done deal.
But that's
Push around on the
considering
side.
all things, you'll be paying at the end since we're not 100% sure about how much it's going to be. But the, guesstimation is 5 silver.
Aye, that sounds good to me.
All
Where do I
right,
go?
off to the left. The first attendant you see will take care of you.
You'll hop on over.
Who's next now?
Go ahead, Fenris.
Alright.
How may I help you? It's such a rare sight to see such a tall, strapping lad. You'd be a great orc, you know that?
I've been told that before, actually.
What kind of work are you looking for? I'm guessing, considering your fur, undercoat?
Yes, please.
What about a nice trim on top of it?
I could go for a trim.
Are you looking for getting your teeth cleaned at all?
Oh, yes.
Ears as well?
Why not?
Any piercings done?
No.
How about some tattoo work? We do have stuff that works for fur.
I'll get back to you on that, but not today.
Not today. Do you want your nails and claws done?
Yes, please.
All right, that's an almost full done, so it's going to be about 2 to 4 silver, depending.
That's fine. Fine
Let's
by
hope
me.
you're not too tangled, right?
Oh, here's hoping.
Anyway, off to the left. The first attendant
Yep.
will see you. Last but not least, my red friend. Same as him?
Well, kind of. I really need an undercoat taken care of and my wings tended to.
I was going to ask about that, but I can do that.
Yeah, they're fully functioning.
I figured.
My friend on my head, her name's Susie. She wants a tattoo that says bad to the bone.
What? What friend? Oh, do you have him summoned?
Yeah.
Oh! She's got feathers. I don't know if I can.
Maybe another time. Looking up at her.
How about an earring with a little, disc that says that instead?
No, that sounds fantastic. What do you think, Susie?
Why are you inserting me into this?
What, do you not agree?
Why would I say bad to what where did this come from?
I'm just giving you a hard time. If you don't want anything, it's fine.
I mean, I'd like the idea of, piercing, maybe, but, a diamond instead? Maybe do you got sunstones? You watch the orc nod.
Sunstone piercing for her, then.
All right.
I don't really have much of an interest for tattoos or piercings. I'm always worried what that could happen in combat. So just mainly an undercoat and good grooming.
Teeth, ears, claws?
Sure.
Probably, and with your friend there, it's probably... Depends on... Do you want an actual sunstone?
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright, well that price is to be determined then. But are you sure you're good for it?
I am.
Alright, to the left.
I do so.
Alright, roll initiative everyone. Let's see who's going first.
Badoosh.
Jesus Christ, Wilk.
You just wasted your only good initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see Oswald. Oh,
He's 5.
there he is. So, Wilk, as you step back, you see you find yourself face to face with a sort of like dusky skin, like kind of like a orangish yellowish lady in a similar outfit to the proprietress, although her hair is like a burgundy red and the stones sticking out of her look to be rubies. Her eyes, though, are a vivid green. She smiles and basically gestures for you to follow her.
I do so. Lusan, don't cause any problems if I'm, laying down or anything.
Where is Lusan?
Lusan's just been following me in cat form after he's been dried.
Oh yeah, I need to
Lufa.
stop getting so many fucking minions.
And all your friends, yeah. And Lusan is mainly out to watch the pillbug and make sure it doesn't get away whenever I'm
The
distracted.
pillbug is literally on his forehead, you realize?
Yes.
Okay.
I have an idea of how. So everything's fine. We'll handle Lufa later. She's hiding outside. She doesn't want anyone to know that she wants to go into.
She can communicate now, though.
Yep.
So she's just like, there's just a fucking like a scarecrow in the entrance that the fucking proprietress is gonna be staring at.
Yes, until all of them are out of the way, and in the rooms, then she's gonna come in.
Oh, okay. Do you want to? What does she want? Because the proprietress is gonna like jump a little and be like, okay, what do you want done, sweetie?
She pulls, because she actually can't talk yet. She doesn't have that yet, but she pulls out a piece of paper that just says, "I don't know. I want to be," and in quotations, pretty. Takes off mask, points.
Darling, you just look fierce.
Head tilt.
The best we can do, I think, and because I don't think you want me to recarve you, if that's even possible. That seems painful. You know you need to
Fucking
do.
hands go up and lean back.
What you need is to just embrace the fierceness and make it better. You know? How about a nice gourd polishing? You seems like you already have an outfit. The best thing I can suggest, like I said, is make the rest of you shine. You're gonna always probably scare the lesser, the underwhelming people that aren't able to handle such ferocity. I mean, look at me. I scare kids too. Did you know that?
Attempts to make disbelieving look, realizes can't emote, shakes head.
I mean, I could show you. We can step outside.
That emote is on the store for $5.99.
There's always going to be
shakes head.
people that are going to be scared of how ferocious you are. Not everyone is able to handle someone that has power. What you need to do is get the confidence to back it up. And then that way, you don't look like someone that's not trying to eat someone, but someone that knows what they got and how to control it. How about a class in etiquette? And maybe, yes, we're going to polish your gourd, and then we're going to give you a nice rundown on confidence. Have you ever taken up dancing? Maybe walking? In a very particular way?
Scribble. What's dancing?
I'll take care of you, sweetie. Come on. She starts leading her specifically. Like, the woman herself is putting a little sign out that says, out, busy, be back in like an hour, and then is taking Lufa into the back with her.
Is grabbed, starts desperately fishing into her coin purse to pay for whatever the fuck.
As she's doing this, the woman's gonna take her hand and be like, "Not right now, sweetie. Pay if you think it worked."
Nods, confused.
All right, so back to.
This is just a 6-year-old wandering into a fancy boutique of the person going, "You know what? I'm gonna give you a makeover. I'm going out to lunch."
So, Wilk.
Yeah.
It's painful. What happens is they douse you down, they give you another bath, they scrub you with this, like, they ask what scent you like. Do you like something more manly, like sandalwood? Do you want something a little more earthy? Do you want something floral? What are you looking for? Something spicy?
Pine.
Pine, that's a good one. So they scrub you down with this pine shampoo / detangler, right? And then while you're wet and soapy, they comb you, which they have to work through a couple of mats here and there. Armor and long fur, even if it's not super long, it can cause matting. It's a whole thing. It's not the funnest, but when they finally rinse you out and blow dry you, your hair is like silk. You've never felt this good. And then, while you're dry, they take this little, much thinner, like, toothed comb and start literally dragging your undercoat out. It feels good after, but the initial tug always hurts. And then, when they're done with that, which takes a solid hour, mind you, you feel lighter, not so sweaty. All that grime that you never even noticed was there, even after all the bathings, is gone. Your fur is light, it's fluffy, it's silken, and you feel not nearly as hot as you used to.
I'll ask if they also have anything for hairy growth on scars areas, because we've been getting fucked up. If the owlbear scar hasn't even been a year ago, and recently with Fryn, fresh wounds.
They just shake their head. Scarred areas will never regrow. What you need to do is just keep it nice and combed. Your hair will cover it. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah.
He figured
Own your scars. Own your scars. And then you just sort of sit back and they give you foot and hand massages before basically cleaning your nails, polishing them, sharpening them. They clean out your ears, and then they ask, do you want a massage?
Well, if the hand and feet were anything to go by off, sure.
And then you get led into the back room. In which case, all of your muscles are worked up by the burliest male orc you've ever seen in your life, who doesn't ever talk.
Hey,
He
you know
never
what?
talks.
He doesn't even mind. He's like, yeah, right where the wind connects. Right
Your
there."
arms are out. Your arms. Your clothes are off. You're buck ass naked on this fucking plastic chair, like table thing, and he destroys you. But in a good way. While yes, it's painful, afterwards you feel like a newborn child. And yes, they did get your wings. I'm sorry, it was part of the whole flirt thing.
Maybe I can fly again.
You've never felt so alive. You understand now. You understand.
How much for the
Massages where
piercing?
you're like, I'm alive, and also feel like I'm made of noodles.
So she gets a piercing in her right ear, and the sunstone itself costs about 10 copper. The gold ring though it's the stone that's the pricey part. Otherwise you only seem to owe about 6 silver.
Paid in full.
Nice. Who's next?
Fenris.
That would be
Fenris! You also get led into... So, basically, you step into the back, and what you see is a blonde with seemingly pale skin like the proprietress. It's almost like a chalky white. She's got vivid red eyes, and her hair is this, like, weird golden, like, platinum blonde. The stones sticking out of her seem to be chalky white. She also is weirdly striking, but wearing a very flattering outfit despite how burly and, like, strong these women look, you know? They seem to somehow soften, but also show off their strength, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's hard for bodybuilder women to actually look very feminine because most of their curves go away, but they know how to, like, really amplify themselves. So they lead you
Alright.
off to the side, and they ask what scent you liked, much like Wilk did. So what were you looking for?
Believe it or not, something earthy.
Earthy. You think in sandalwood, trees, or like dirt, or the way the everything smells after a lightning storm.
Ooh, lightning storm.
Lightning storm it is. You get bathed, and much like Wilk, you get combed, basically dematting. It's not a fun process. You also were unaware of how matted some parts of you were from the armor and clothing you've been wearing. But as they finally rinse you out and dry you, much like him, you've never known your fur to look and feel like this. It's like silk. And then they start taking out the undercut, which at first is painful, but as it continues, you start to feel less like you're constantly sweating because you can't sweat, but you know what I mean. Like you're not overheated
that
all the
sticky
time.
feeling.
Yeah, that gritty feeling of that stuff that's always up against your skin that you didn't even realize was there. It goes away and your fur lightens. And soon you're standing there with this, like, you feel lighter by 10 pounds, and you see next to you, and there's just a mound of black fur. You looks like you couldn't make another one of you.
Huh.
So then they lean you back in a chair, they give you a foot and hand massage as they clean up your nails, polish, sharpen. They take care of your teeth, they give you your ears a good scrub, and then they ask, do you want a massage?
Yeah.
For the next hour, you are beaten into submission by the burliest male orc you've ever seen in your fucking life. He fucking destroys you. You inadvertently whelp at some points as you take actual damage. You take 5 damage. Bludgeoning.
Oh, cool.
But
So would you like the shiatsu massage, the deep tissue massage, or would you like Boris to beat the shit out of you?
But when he finally finishes and you are a puddle on that table, when you sit up, you realize that for the last 5 months you've been in pain. And this is the first time you've moved that you've not actually been in pain. Even though your body had blocked it out and you stopped even remembering that there was some sort of pain there from cramps and muscle problems and being wounded as much as you have, there is no pain. You feel light, you feel like a child, you feel like you've never seen or felt pain in your life.
Nice.
You only owe about 5 silver.
Oh, shit. That's not bad.
Who's next?
Aelin.
Aelin!
Ye-
So as you step back, you're greeted by what looks to be a black-skinned orc with what seems to be onyx in her skin. At first, you don't see her until you see the robe in front of you move, and she smiles, and you see that even her tusks are black, but her teeth are white.
He jumps a little.
Her eyes are this darsky sort of sunlight golden, and her hair, once your eyes adjust to the dimness, is done up in this really regal-looking, like, decorative bun. She sort of gestures for you to follow her.
He'll follow.
You follow her into the back, and the first thing that happens is you wanted a haircut, right? So she's gonna ask you exactly what you want.
Just the whole right side of me head here shaved, but keep the length everywhere else.
You know you have some split ends. Would you like me to take care of that first? Nice trim?
Aye, sure, whatever. I have
So
let me
she-
haircut and Lord
She
knows how
hits
long.
the side of your chair, and you get swung back, and your head enters what feels like a sink. And she starts to wash your hair. You get the world's best head massage while this happens.
He could just feel the stress of knowing his own father wasn't really his father and killed his mother and now wants to kill everyone. Just wash away.
And as she basically is now slowly rising you back up and drying your hair, she's going to comb it, trim it, and it only loses like an inch. She does very good. And now she's like going to have you basically show her where you want it shaved. She's going to shave it there. She's going to ask if you want it bald shaved or like, a thin layer.
Oh, aye, totally bald.
Totally bald on that side. And then she's going to ask what you want her to do with the rest of your hair.
You know what? Shave the other side too. I'll just keep the length on the top and the back.
All right. So basically you're going to get the mohawk, but like thick mohawk.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then once she shaves the other side, she asks, like, do you want me to, like, tie it up? Do you want me to braid it back so that you keep the side showing? What do you want?
Hey, braid it back for me, please.
How long do you want this style to last?
As long as I can.
For the next half an hour, she's going to do the painful process of combing wax through your hair. It's tuggy, it's painful, but at the same time, for some reason, you're a masochist.
Yes, some reason.
But in the end, she braids it back, and you have this sort of like regal, almost like Viking but suave, swept back, braided off the sides look that's sort of into a ponytail in the back, and that's then twisted into a bun. You look great, dude. Didn't think you could ever fucking see that a man bun would work on you, but it does. And then you've told her that you wanted a tattoo.
Hey,
What are you looking for?
what have you got?
What do you need?
Something that screams warrior.
What race?
Just kind of gestures up and down himself.
I've never seen an elf like you before, so I'm not sure what you mean by that.
You know what? Let's go with traditional orc. You guys are also
Orc.
warriors.
So you like blocky, more refined, strong style.
Aye, definitely.
Are you okay with our language?
I wouldn't know what it said anyway, so hey.
Well, what do you want it to say?
Stupid foreigner.
Make it say strong warrior. All right, beef stew it is.
Make it say hands of wrath.
Hands of Wrath it is. So basically, she's gonna take what looks to be a fucking paintbrush, and she's going to basically... You know Celtic knotwork?
Yeah.
There's a intricate Celtic knotwork drawn on either side of your head, and it wraps around what looks to be letters in a foreign tongue on either side. And then she asks to see if that's what you like, and if you say yes, she'll start tattooing.
Aye, I love it.
Alright, so she takes you over to a bed, and she has you lay down with your head on the side, and then she's going to rise over you with not a gun, but a stick with needles embedded into the side. And she asks if you're ready.
Just gonna brace himself. Aye, let's do it.
Constitution saving throw. See if you can stay still.
6, goddammit.
As the needles start to pepper your scalp, you twitch and grumble and like curse, and in the next thing you know, you're waking up. And your head is on fire on both sides. And she's smiling down at you. I'm sorry, sweetie, I had to knock you out because you're actually becoming a problem.
Aye, I get that a lot.
But you shouldn't have any residual pain from that. I'm really good at making people go to sleep.
Well, you must have hit me pretty hard, me jaw's numb.
I didn't hit you at all. I choked you out. But, you know, not in the way that it restricts the air access. More like, I know where your veins are. I cut off your blood flow for a
high
second.
five.
Yeah, she high fives you back. So, what do you think? She holds up a mirror, and you see this fucking badass Celtic knotwork on the side and those letters and shit. You have no idea what to say, but it looks badass.
It's the best fucking thing I've seen in my whole 400 years.
Sounds good. I'm glad you like it. Now, were you wanting anything else? Your nails done? Do you want a massage?
No, you know what? This'll do.
You sure?
Aye, how much do I owe you?
Alright, so you did a little bit more than that, and I had to take you down, so it's going to cost you ultimately a copper.
You'll just happily handle the copper.
She smiles, like blows you a kiss, and walks out, and you're able to leave.
Slowly make his way outside. Still kind of dizzy. Head is
You're
on fire.
fucking... Yeah! It's very painful. Right now, she basically, before she left, she'd like put like a weird rice paper over the sides to basically protect it, and she gave you a little bottle of ointment that you're supposed to rub on it every night until it fully heals. She told you very specifically, do not pick the scabs.
He will definitely try not to pick the scabs.
Alright, who's next? It's Aahana, right?
Aahana.
Aahana! You are met by a very, very, very pretty male orc. At first you thought it was a girl. He's got long hair, he's got pale skin, kind of like the proprietress, but he's got these emerald-like gems jutting out from his like jaw and his cheek and around his shoulder. He's wearing the same dress as them, but he's obviously masculine. You can see the like 5 o'clock shadow, and his bright red eyes sort of sparkle as he smiles at you. Right this way, miss.
Can I ask you a quick question? As she's
What?
following him.
What do you need?
I've never met orcs before. Do all of you have those gorgeous gems all over you?
Well, some of us that are lucky get gems, while some others get ores or just plain stone if you're really unlucky.
They look so
It's about
nice.
it's like our bond with, Crack, our creator.
Okay.
Technically, we're partially elemental. It's why you don't see a lot of half-orcs running around.
Now I'm only asking this because my people have this system. Is there do you guys have like a caste system that leans heavily into trying to look like either more or less?
His brows furrow at that, and he like looks at you, and he's like, "That sounds archaic. No, your worth here is how great you are at your job."
Yeah, that's a much better system.
I agree. Now, I was told you want your hair done.
Yes, I can't braid it. It's gotten too long, and I haven't had downtime to practice on braiding it this long.
Sounds good. He basically he leads you into a room, and at first you don't see a chair. Instead, what you see is a pile of pillows that seem to be stiff, and you're just like, how many Lamia have these people seen? It's like that's not what. So like, do you question it or you just sit down?
Is this chair commonly used by Lamia, or is there another race I don't know about?
I mean, it depends on the people. Some people like things to be softer, but we have things in place in case a Lamia does come through. We don't want to be exclusive.
Oh, that's actually really nice.
Indeed, have a seat. As you sit down, he wheels in like this thing behind you, and as you turn to look, you see it's a sink. And he's like, lean back. And as you get comfortable, and he turns on the nice warm water, he basically gives you a nice head scalp massage while he's washing your hair. Do you have a scent you prefer?
I don't really know much sense beyond, like, what the Junger smells like, and I don't think you want to smell like most of those smells.
Well, you kind of remind me of like an orange raspberry, so do you mind?
Sure.
And what next hits your senses is the smell of like orange juice in a morning, followed by the subtle but spicy raspberry scent that sort of like reminds you of jam.
Kind of just smiling on her face, like, wow, I do like this smell.
And as he finishes up cleaning your hair and shampoo, like conditioning, he raises you back up, combs your hair, dries you, and then asks you how short you want it.
Can you just take off the split ends and whatnot for now, and I'll see how short that is?
He nods, and with
Because it
that,
hasn't gotten cut in a while.
Yeah. And with that, he takes off what looks to be 5 inches. Shorter,
Like
longer?
turning from side to side, looking at her hair and whatnot. That's actually a really good length.
And you said that you wanted this hairstyle to be for lasting a month. Are you sure you're cool with the pain?
Oh yeah.
All right. And with that, he has this bucket that's on like a Bunsen burner, and basically he has this like wide-toothed comb, and he dips it into this wax, and he starts combing it through your hair. You feel like you're losing hairs. It's very painful, but you know in the end this is gonna last a while.
Just like gripping the seat underneath her, and like this look where it's very obvious she's not trying to hide she's in pain, but her face says, I'm gonna fucking make it through it.
And with that, he's now going to parade in front of you a bunch of orc women with very intricate, like, updos for you to pick one from. There's quite a few that look like they're, like, braided to the, like all of their hair is braided and then, like, twisted up into, like, buns and shit. And then there's the ones that are just braided back into ponytails that are using their own hair as, like, keeping it in there. There's everything you can think of, so you can just pick one of those.
She'll pick braid it up into a bun.
Nice. With that, he starts to do your hair, which is just as painful as it was before. But in the end, you don't even recognize your own hair. It looks amazing and shiny on top of it.
Why do I feel like the silhouette of every time he's working on her hair just looks like someone trying to aggressively start a lawnmower?
And after that, he asks, "Now, did you want a manicure? Do you want some makeup done? I can do it all."
Would Aahana know if she's close to shedding? I actually wanted to ask that earlier.
So, when it comes to Lamia, I believe they don't shed all at once because they're not fully snake. So your scales come off one at a time. So yes, you are always consistently shedding, but no one else knows that. You're a kid. You're the only Lamia are the only ones that know. It's kind of like crocodile scales, where they kind of shed one at a time. So basically, you are prone to stuck shed because of that, and also just shed that never comes off because you never really think about it. Especially if you're out traveling and can't take care of yourself. Like you have a lot of tail. It's a lot of work to actually deal with that every day, and you don't always have time.
I suppose she said something about de-shedding.
So you want us to take care of your scales as well?
Yeah, it's a lot of tail.
You watch as he claps his hands and 5 other men show up. Basically, they lead you into another room that's basically covered. The floor itself is soft, like it's made of a pillow. And they have you lie out. And as they start working on your tail, all 5 of them, he gets behind you and starts basically giving you a basic massage to soothe you while they deal with your stuck shed.
I assume it can be painful sometimes.
Depends. Sometimes if it stays stuck long enough, it can actually cut off circulation and there can be problems. But no pain here, it's just making sure. They take care of you. It takes about an hour. It's a long process. You have a lot of scale. But after that, your scales and your tail feels renewed. Almost smooth and silken. Instead of before you never knew that you were actually sensing pain, because like most things, your body kind of ignores small annoyances after a while. But as you're slithering along beside him, for once, you don't feel anything. And you notice that, and that's what really bothers you, because it's like, how bad were you off? And he's gonna ask, do you want makeup or a manicure?
Looks at hands. I don't think a manicure would last long with me.
Oh, you've never had an organ manicure.
I suppose now that means I actually do need to get one to see if it lasts long.
Would you like to?
Sure.
Right this
Everything
way.
else has been great.
And while they now have a woman on each hand basically giving you acrylic nails of your length that you choose and with the colors you want, what do you choose?
They wouldn't be too long.
But what
Let's
colors?
see.
And do you
I'm
want
trying to think of a-
sparkles? Do you want them to paint something in there? They can do everything. They can make them look like scales.
I don't know if she wants ones that look like scales. Let's see. She's gonna point out her Sahira's feather and can you make them match that?
Oh, hell yeah, they can. In the end, you look like you have somehow gotten more Sahira's feathers that have then been, embedded in acrylic and put on your nails. And not only do you not feel like there's something on your nails that makes you feel uncomfortable, but they are harder than your old ones and thicker. They do feel like they will last.
She's doing the whole Dolly Parton nail clacking thing. Clack clack.
Now, would you like your face done up or a massage? Or both?
I'm gonna go with both. Everything's been really good so far.
He smiles, and with that, you get brought back into the room with the pile of pillows. You sit down, and he makes your scales pop. You didn't even have to ask him, but what he does is he highlights your scales, brings your cheekbones up. Since your hair is back, you can actually see them a lot better and see all of the ones on the side of your forehead, too. And he basically does this eyeliner that draws attention to both your eyes and your scales, and then a nice pink and purple lip. You look great.
She's just smiling, looking in the mirror this would horribly upset the nobles. Why
Why is that?
Lamia nobles try and specifically breed so that they don't have scales above their waist. Like, it's a whole entire
She looks mortified.
convoluted thing. Yeah.
But that's the most pretty part. It's like
I
our
know!
souls. Like, think about it. Why would you try to get rid of what makes you you?
I don't know. I don't even know how long they've been doing it, but
He scoffs at this.
you can tell Lamia nobility apart from the rest, because they basically have no scales above their waist.
Well, I'm glad you have scales, because it's a pleasure to see them. You have a very interesting color.
Yes. I'm considered very lowborn. But I love my scales.
Good. It is good to love who you are. And with that, he leads you into this this long-ass table. Much longer than the other people, but you don't know this. And you can basically roll onto it. And this big man, like the other guy, like he was very feminine. This man is like a Goliath somehow had a baby with an orc. He doesn't say shit, but he destroys you.
She,
It
like,
is-
makes the joke when he first walks in. She's like, got a big case for you. Just pointing at her tail.
And you actually see him, like a lip, the corner of his mouth twitch and his eyes sparkle. But then he destroys you. And time seems to just fucking stop as you are in so much pain. And you don't know how long it's been, but it feels like it's been ages. But when it finally stops, you sit up. There's no pain.
I've turned from a snake to a noodle. Give me a second. She's just got, like, propped up on her arm.
He just sort of, you see him smile and he like drapes a towel over your top half as he leaves the room to let you recover. Your clothes are on, like, folded up in the corner.
She takes a couple minutes. Can finally start moving again. Muscles too relaxed. I am Snake, I can't move.
As he's going between rooms, you just see a glimpse in the doorway he's heading towards, and Fenris is currently in a pencil.
Outside view of the room she's leaving. Door just opens. She just onto the ground like that one video of the banana python.
Basically, she basically at this point, she's full Snake and just kind of slowly slithering over to her clothes.
Understandable.
Gotta be difficult with the chest.
Ultimately, all you have to pay is 5 silver.
When she finally gets up, she's standing at her actual height of 9 feet. She's like, I'm gonna enjoy this for a minute before I squish back down.
And it's actually painless to do it for once, too. It's not even a strain. Like, you didn't even know that your back was all cramped up after that long flight. But it was. And now you know.
It's like, I live my life in constant pain.
You
I don't
did!
register most of the time. It's like living with a chronic illness.
So you pay up front as you leave and you see your other friends there, and we're getting to Oswald now.
How much did you say it was?
It was to be 5 silver.
5. I'm 1 silver short.
Well, they can cut off they can cut a copper for you if you need.
Which makes... That's 1 copper, which makes 10 silver. Switched me at 14, and then I'll give them 5.
You are also slipped his number, by the way, as you're paying at the front desk. She's all like, the woman that's there is all like, also he wanted to give this to you, and it's a little rolled up note that says, it says his name. His name is Emmy, and he basically says if you ever want to, like, talk more. Also, you're beautiful, so here's my number. Which is literally just a little address that's made for apparently whatever they use for, like, messenger pigeons or something here.
Here's my
Now-
number 8. Turns around. Room is number 8.
Now, is this is the feminine looking orc, right?
Yep, the one
Yeah,
with the
okay.
green, like, emerald.
She would know his name, but we haven't said the name yet.
It was
like-
Emmy.
Ow. She leaves, just folding it up, tucks it in pocket.
All right, Oswald. As you step
Okay.
into the back room, you are greeted by a male as well. It's a less feminine one, but a little more masculine. He just has a bare chest instead of like the female robe, and he also is what looks to be. He has garnets basically planted in his chest and shoulders. His hair is black and swept back, and his eyes are gold. He smiles at you and gestures for you to come with him.
Alright. Just follows.
He leads you into a back room that has what looks to be a vacuum in the floor.
Makes sense. I should clarify, he did not put on his makeup again after the
I figured.
bath.
So
So,
he's
yeah, he's
basically
brown.
going to go through and preen you, and as he grabs the utensils for it, and asks exactly what gland you prefer using. 2 other women show up to basically help.
Oh, I usually use the one on my back.
He nods, and they get to work. And it's actually a very soothing process, much like how you preen yourself. It's kind of relaxing, and it's kind of nice for someone else to fucking do it for once. You don't have to reach with yourself.
No more sore wrists.
It takes about a half an hour, but the feathers, the dead ones fluttering to the ground, the broken one, they actually come through with a razor and fix some of the broken ones that they don't want to get rid of because they're still fully alive, you know? And you've been through a lot lately. So they go through and they fix up whatever feathers they can, making them work. Like the ones that are like broken in half, they cut and then give a better look to them so they don't look so jarring. And in the end, you feel like a new bird, with that part at least. You feel like lighter. There were a lot of dead feathers there you weren't sure were there,
I probably am a couple pounds lighter.
right? Like, and as the feathers drop to the ground, they seem to get sucked into that vacuum vent in the ground. And then they take you, they sit you down, and they polish up your beak. They basically groom your face. And then he smiles, because you look better. Would you want me to apply the makeup for you, or would you just like a massage and a claws and talons?
I'll do the makeup myself. I'm not gonna wear it for a little bit, but yeah.
He nods.
Massage, please.
So basically the 2 women do your feet while he takes your claws and your hands. You get a nice and gentle foot massage and hand massage while they clean, polish, and sharpen your claws. These guys know what the fuck they're doing.
Out of everyone, they're like, oh, thank fuck, we get the easy one. It's a fucking bird.
And after that, he asks if you want a massage.
Yes, please.
You are also led into the back where this Goliath of an orc, who no one else noticed because he's just big, but for you, since you've gotten used to these orcs, he's got what looks to be actual like marble sticking out of his shoulders and face. He destroys you. He doesn't seem to care that you're a bird. You are used the way everyone else is used. He flips you over himself. He manhandles the shit out of you. And as it ends and you lay there a puddle of Oswald, you feel that you don't have any pain. And as you stand up and sit up, you are so loose. It's been so long since you felt like a kid again.
He just immediately, like, when he stands up, he bounces on his feet for a second, does a fucking cartwheel. Like, wow, that really worked. Thanks.
And you only owe about 3 silver.
Okay. I'll mark that off.
Above game, what Lufa goes through is classes of model runway walking and being confident. And how, even if you don't feel confident, how to act like you're confident. You want to roll me whatever you think she needs to roll to retain or learn anything from that?
What the hell would she roll for that?
Charisma?
I guess. She's not great at charisma. That's part of
I know.
that's the reason why she's taking the class.
Yeah. I would say give her a point in her charisma.
Okay. Well, she's up to a 15 now.
She has gained confidence, and as she sachets out of the back room, no mask on and board polished, you don't recognize her at first, despite the fact that she's a walker, and of course you fucking know who she is.
Oh, you look good, Lufa. Lufa still not sure how the fuck to deal with all of it, like falters for a second. And then puts the mask, like, tries to put the mask back on, and I'm assuming the orc lady slaps it out of her hand.
Yeah, I'm just like, no mask.
Pulls rim of hat down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Hat is fine, but you need to learn to be able to show yourself. She points at Oswald. You are her friend, right?
Yeah.
Keep her practicing. She knows what I mean.
Okay.
Anyway,
don't.
I do hope you all come again.
Yeah, I don't know why people say that this place, like, I keep hearing people talking about how there's some bad rumors about this place. I don't know why.
Those are visitors. Those are not people to listen to.
Oh, is that all the humans that come out of here with a broken arm?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
To be fair, human arms are very easy to break.
True.
I mean, most arms are easy to break.
They don't even have any kind of protection.
You all look amazing, and Aelin looks the most drastically changed.
Edgy
My
face.
brain is on fire.
He's still got the rice paper wrapped around his head, so we don't even see what it is.
Yeah.
Fucking spring
Picks up
roll looking
Hillbug from
motherfucker.
Busan. Good
Oh,
job,
wow.
Busan. Alright, guess we're visiting Auntie next.
Yep.
Diamond Tusks waves as you guys leave.
Have a
Wait,
nice day,
yeah.
ma'am.
This was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick up any tricks on your hair?
I don't think I'd be able to do the wax. Pointing at shiny hair. On my own.
I just hadn't realized how bad I was feeling until then.
Walking hurts now.
Really? I
Walking
seem
feels
fine.
easier.
As another cartwheel.
No, like, I can feel the rocks now. As if I don't have the calluses and now just things.
Are you guys coming? Is Aelin
Fenris.
just still staring at her?
Aelin.
My brain is on fire.
As they're walking, Oswald goes to tie that old charm that he got from what the hell is her name? Silverscale? Was that her name? Goldeneye?
Silver Scale is the one that says Shamnia. Or are you talking about
Oh, yeah,
the one you
Silver-
bought from Goldeneye?
Silverscale.
Okay.
I bought it from the weird shaman. He ties the charm that he got from her onto one of his head feathers again.
Nice.
Alright, we should probably go... Yeah, we should go up this way. I'm so used to going there from my house, I almost went to the house again. You know, where you're like, we could cut across this block, but my house is over there, and I'm used to that path.
Must take path I've always taken. Even if it means longer.
So is there anything I should... You know, Oswald wouldn't think to warn them anything about Andalkis.
I was wondering where that would be.
Hmm?
The big vulture statue. Most Kindred villages
Oh.
have their statue of the animal there.
Yeah, that's our statue of the Spirit of Vulture, and the one on that island is... Shay, what the hell is that one? I'm sure Andalkis would have told me 1,000 times.
Oh, that's just an Orcan warrior.
That's Orc Warrior from history. I don't quite remember their name.
You don't know much about it. You think it's like a specific person, when in reality, it's actually just an Orcan representation of strength.
Yeah, I think their name says Orcish word for ideal warrior.
You know, that Auntie basically has... At some point, she moved in and then dug underneath the statue and lived there, and people just stopped trying to evict her after a while.
Yep,
Wait, she lives here under the statue?
yep. She's the one of the local grave tenders.
Ah. Well, I guess that's two birds with one stone. No pun intended.
Ha.
For once, the
Yeah.
door's closed, Oswald.
That's... Yeah, she tends to these trees that we plant over people's bodies. That's weird.
What's up?
Hurriedly walks up. The door's never been closed before.
Have you tried knocking?
I'm about to. Knocks on the door.
A deep, guttural voice answers, "Who's there?"
Oswald?
Oh shit, it's Oswald?
You hear what sounds like bones breaking and reshifting, and then the door opens. She dashes out and closes it behind her, looking at you very worried. Let
Entire
me show a
squad
picture.
behind him.
Hi, Alkis. Is everything alright?
Immediately notices thing.
Yes, everything's fine. I didn't think you'd be this soon.
I'm surprised you knew we were coming at all.
I'm surprised as well. It was more of just like a hope.
Is everything okay?
Yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Every time she says a word, her head cocks to a different direction.
So here's the thing, I'm gonna have Oswald make an intelligence check just because he's seen some more shit and would understand some of the subtle clues, but
I mean, you're
Also,
used to
this
her
is
being
auntie.
refined and regal. She's acting like a gremlin and you don't know why.
I'm making an insight check with Susie's
okay
help.
then.
How troubled does she look with a 26?
She's, like, losing her goddamn mind.
So no one else is here at the Grove, right?
No one else is here at the moment. At least not in this lake area. You see off in the distance, you see, like, movement from people visiting trees and shit.
We're happy to help with Oswald.
Auntie, normally, you know, before I left, I probably wouldn't have understood all the clues, but I'm guessing that was your voice at first?
What are you talking about? My voices always sound the same.
Same?
And the same.
The same.
And the orc that everyone says keeps sneaking in here.
What orc? There's no orc.
Auntie, I've dealt with shapeshifters before.
You think I'm a shapeshifter?
Well, there was the sound of cracking bones from in there, and you went from sounding like a orc to sounding like your normal self.
She stares at you, backs up to the door, opens the door, goes inside, closes the door, and you hear the locks lock.
All right, nice visit.
I have Amorphous, so I'm going to just scoop through the door.
As you goop through the door, Oswald, what you see troubles you greatly. You see dragon eggs. And you see Alki staring at you, and you see her eyes shift from the cyan that you normally know to draconic, sort of like bluish gold. And
That
you watch
answers
as
the
her
latter
feathers
question.
stand on end, her beak opens, and you start seeing draconic teeth sprout. Get out.
Okay.
It just fucking floors through the door. I'm sorry.
Oswald, how do you look? What you doing?
Combination of what the fuck, and also that answers a lot of questions.
So, what did we see?
I'm not going to say anything right now.
All right, this was a fun visit.
Hold on. I think she just needs a second to be less upset.
You can let her know that you've got a decent amount of chosen by the creators here with you. We're happy
The
to
door
help.
creaks open, and Aunt Elkis exits with a dagger as she locks the door behind her.
I'm not gonna go back in.
No. If you and your friends want to help, you're swearing up blood oath.
That was like the
Another
fourth
one?
one.
Okay.
A lot more blood oaths that I'm running into with you guys than I ever have
I mean, I
before.
guess only one of them's a blood oath. The other one was like a political promise. But yeah, okay. Holds out hand.
So, if you guys, do you all accept this or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got your
Yeah,
palms
fuck
are
it.
slashed. You all like basically hold hands, and for those of you that have Sylvanar's marking still, because you guys still do, for those of you that don't have fur, it's still there if you have fur. A new mark is etched upon your flesh. This one in the shape of a skull. The other one is the shape of a raven.
And what's the set off?
If you tell anyone about what I'm about to tell you,
Okay.
that isn't here right now. All right. She takes a lot of deep breaths, turns to the door, opens it, and lets you all in.
Walks in, sees eggs. Oh, lightning drake.
Ooh, eggs.
No,
As you
probably
guys
not lightning
all
drake.
enter, she closes the door behind you all, locks it, and you guys are in what looks to be a cave. It's weird. You guys have to go down a path that's been basically carved and laid in. Like, she's gotten stonework done in here finally. Like, it's not as horrible as you thought it was gonna be. And as you guys get into this larger room, because initially you saw eggs in the distance, and as you get into this bigger room, she shifts herself, and she turns into a black drake. Not a big one. She's probably younger, but not too young. She's probably, think, stage 3. She's big. I would say her size category would be large.
Yeah, not ancient, but she's adult.
She's almost adult.
Hmm.
Unlike other black drakes you've seen, they're mostly black. They have the skull face, the curly horns. They all have a sort of undertone for their rest of their scales, like bellies and stuff, where it's a brighter color, not black, but still dark enough and just a different color. Her theme seems to be blue, not purple or red or any of that other shit.
I lift up questioning finger.
I think the secret is your aunt's a drake.
Yeah. Figured that out.
So, do you know the librarian?
Oh, yeah, Leonard?
He's a red dragon.
That answers even more questions.
These are our eggs, and we need them to be taken to our matriarch. However, we're currently in a fucking tussle because he wants them to go to the volcanic islands to go be raised by his great-great-grandmother. Well, I want these to be taken to the Jade Isles and be raised with my matriarch.
And I'm guessing there's no such thing as visitation in, dragon raising.
We don't raise our own. It's the matriarchs that raise them.
That was mainly a out-of-character joke. I should have used a different voice.
Well, the volcanic isles are pretty close, technically, just west of here, aren't they?
You see she's making an effort to use her, nice and friendlier voice while despite being in this larger form. They're not going to the fucking volcanic isles, sir.
And the Emerald Isles. How close are they from here?
You know the other continent?
Are they in the middle of the swampy areas?
The jungle. There's a place where the jungle turns into a marshy swamp.
Oh, I've been there.
Ah,
You'll have to educate us just a
memories.
little bit, too.
That's what maps and stuff are for, but look, if I just let you guys take the eggs and go to where I want you to go, he's gonna kill me. And he wants us to work this out like a proper couple, despite the fact that we're not usually interbreeding isn't really allowed. So it's already a problem.
Have you considered keeping them together and starting your own?
You know we're in a town, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna point that out.
You know there's 20 eggs here, right?
Yeah, that's not big enough for 20 dragons.
That's a job. Nor do I also am not old enough to have the wisdom and ability to raise these. There's way too many. And one of them's gonna kill someone, I can feel it.
Huh.
Now, I don't know much about drake biology, if you're sorry to say. So I'm gonna ask a few questions. Is there any particular, okay, I'm gonna try and phrase this as best I can, but I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Would they need, as part red drakes or part black drakes, would they need certain elements from where either one would be sent? Would they need the volcanic ash and stuff like that? Or...
I have no fucking idea. That's the problem.
Ah, yeah, that would be a big issue.
These eggs don't look like normal black drake eggs. She lets you finally start to get close. At first she had her tail around them, but she slides it away. And you see that they're black scaled, but there's this red undertone. These black scales are on top of what looks to be a reddish glowing egg. That's not normal.
Would you happen to have an alchemy lab here?
What?
Or a spot that I can place down some alchemical stuff? I've been working on a potion that might help.
What are you
It
gonna
could
do to
give
my
a-
babies?
No, not to the eggs, ma'am. I have a potion that can grant a brief glimpse of potential futures. So, depending on your eggs, wherever we brought them, thinking upon that might give us an idea of how well they turn out.
Like, Elky's like mouth half open, slowly turns to look at Oswald. The fuck is he saying?
I think they. Is that about the water from the dwarven cavern?
No, that would cause somebody to age.
Well, I haven't heard. What potion are you talking about? Because I have not heard about that.
I have a potion, and you remember whenever we went into the Adventurers Guild's randomizer?
Oh yeah.
Fractals of Time. I've discerned through some of those plants with Fenris's help that if we combine them, we can create a potion of, well, foresight of a sort. It's half finished, and I have the reagent to finish it. It would help us, in essence, ask a question or a choice and give us a potential future. Or at least the most likely future if we don't take any further actions. Obviously, actions can change the course of history.
Okay. As long as it's something that you're going to drink and not pour on the eggs or feed to my aunt, then I don't see why that would.
Wouldn't something further in the future be a lot harder to see because there would be a lot more variables that affect it?
True.
You do know eggs take like hundreds of years to hatch, right?
It was just an idea. It's an expensive idea, but
Or at
Okay,
least you guys
so-
got a good bit of time to figure this out.
Yeah, but like, he's been getting more aggressive about moving the eggs every time he comes and visits. And he's also more aggressive about actually like talking about this. I'm not good at talking to him.
So, what is it he adamantly wants them to go to the volcanic island and doesn't, want to propose anything like taking half somewhere? I know that's a bad idea, but
Look, what I just need you to talk to him because every time he shows up, I lose my ability to think clearly.
he's a little bit
Okay.
too pushy. Maybe if we can keep his temper low, yeah.
It's not the temper, really. Only one of you has you get it, right? She points at Aahana, who seems to have not given any fucks about anybody's appearance or like any romantic feelings with anyone. Like whenever you see a male with really nice scales that glitter just right, and they got that
Wow.
build that leans
Wow.
to the.
She's scared. Just for the rest of you to understand, she's horny. Or in love. I don't know you well enough for your relationship with him to know if it's one or the other. Or both.
Just generally awestruck by being smitten.
Look, when you see him, you'll understand.
Well,
I didn't expect him to be a dragon either. We've been living side by side for like a while.
yeah, I'm surprised I didn't. Well, I guess I wasn't paying much attention.
it would be very useful to get to know him regardless. I've been looking for a source of dragon steel, and a red dragon would be up that alley anyway. So if we can resolve this, maybe we
I
get
can
some
make
help.
dragon steel.
Even better.
Yeah, which color dragon steel do you need?
No,
That's
dragon
the
steel
trick.
doesn't have a color. It's more along the
Oh.
lines of we're the only things able to melt certain ores into a specific way.
Oh. Okay, I thought you needed like white dragon steel or something.
It's just hard to. I suspect that if you don't breathe anything that can melt or generate the heat, it's harder to do so. And
I've seen green dragons do it too. They just use their vines to pummel it into shape. It's crazy.
that's fascinating,
Wait.
actually.
Would the fairy dragon breath I got be able to do it? That's weird.
Fairy dragons aren't dragons.
Oh, okay.
They're just named that because people saw a scaly thing that could fly.
I do have
Some
a
people will probably end up labeling me as a dragon at some point.
Miss Alkis. Your eyes. Do you see everything that goes on? Do you know what I mean? Or is that just what you like?
Eh?
Your eyes are a cyan, almost a teal, like the color typically soul. There's creatures born with a sight, as it were.
You watch as she tenses and stares at you. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm inciting her again.
I'm actually also going to incite her on this.
Probably not best to.
She's doing her best to stop you from saying things that might get you killed.
Ah,
But yes, she does. Both of you know that.
well, if anybody ever needed help with it, I knew some people. That's why I was asking.
Oh, I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Okay. Moving on. We'll see if we can't help you out with your problem. It's fine. I'm sure he's still gonna want something, but if we can make it easier for you to communicate, that's something to help with.
How are you going to make it easier for us to communicate?
Well, we can go over and talk to him. Any points he has, we can come back, talk to you about it. It'd be a little
Or we can
tedious,
just
but
set one set of people up at here and send another people over, rather than running across the town all the time.
oh yeah, we do
Just
have sending stones.
hold up the stones. Yep.
We can ferry messages too, if you have something you want to say but you've not been able to put into words when he's around.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be easier if we were just all in the same place?
Yeah, probably.
Well, yeah, but if you have trouble talking to him,
Look, I'll just... You guys need to mediate, right? We need mediators.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do any of you speak Draconic above game?
Yes.
Yes.
So she lifts her head, and a deep
Yep.
guttural sort of like a rumbling emits from her. That those of you that can hear it and understand it, you know she's going, "Get your fucking gorgeous red ass over here now!"
Fenris just bursts out laughing.
Snark.
You guys can understand me? Fuck.
I'm just
Me.
gonna respond in just draconic. Yep.
That would be a
Why
good
are they
thing.
teaching people Draconic these days?
Well, me and Fenris are slayers. That I don't know about the others. I don't know Orcish for what it's worth.
Yeah, I probably should
I learned
introduce
it
them.
just to annoy Anku.
Anaku?
No, Naku,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, he lives nearby where my matriarch lives.
Yeah. He's not a dragon. He gets really annoyed when people assume he's a dragon. I'll
Oh, he's
just
a dragon.
pepper and
He's a dragon.
draconic,
Yeah,
and
he's
it
a
really
dragon.
upsets him.
I've met him. He's a dragon.
Yeah, he's a dragon.
Anyway, go ahead and introduce us, Oswald.
Yeah, so these are Wilk and Fenris. They're the Slayers I told you about, the ones that I was hanging around with. I told you about them the last time I was here. And this is Aelin, the problem I told you about the last time I was here. And
How did you bring him?
Because he's more of a problem if we aren't keeping him around.
He's kind of stood there with one eye closed, the other one squinting from the massive headache he has. Half wave.
And this is Aahana. She's a newer member of the group. She's, well, we're already in a blood pact with her. It's fine for me to tell her, right, Aahana?
I guess.
She's affiliated with the Lamia Resistance.
Well, that's good, because fuck the fucking Lamia, because they're trying to fucking take over my fucking... Look, in the swamp is not everything is peaches and sun. They're stealing the eggs. They're gonna be
What?
raising them for fucking mounts or some fucking battle sort of shit. Like, what the fuck are they doing? If they keep at this, my mom is gonna fucking destroy them all.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to stop that.
Why would you want to
Yeah.
stop it?
No, stop them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the real leader, quote unquote, is an asshole.
There's like a timid knocking from the door.
Do you want
Come
one
on
of us to
in.
answer it?
Just make sure he doesn't transform.
Come on in.
So the door opens, Leonard steps inside and walks down the stairs. He looks a little concerned seeing all of you and the black dragon that he's currently in a relationship with.
Alright, don't worry, we're under a blood pact.
That is Leonard. Say hi, Leonard.
Everyone, this
Hi,
is Leonard.
Leonard.
Good to meet the local librarian.
Right.
He's the reason why I know as much as I actually do.
Why the fuck did you? What? Do they know everything? She just like she's physically turned her whole body away and is nodding.
Yeah, this is far less awkward than us just carrying
Yep.
messages between you.
You watch as he puts his hand to his forehead and rubs his temples and then drags his hand down his face.
She has requested you don't transform into your other form.
Alright, I see that only one of us gets to be comfortable. Fine.
I mean,
You know
Alki,
you can't keep doing this forever, right, Alki? She's not talking to me, is she?
She's
I guess.
stricken with you and struggles to communicate, so we're here to try to help facilitate and mediate.
You aren't even dragons. Why do you... It's probably best that my brood goes to my great-great-grandmother. Because if they need that heat at all, at least they'll be there. When it comes to the black dragons, all they really care for is moisture, and that's still the ocean.
Not the same thing, God damn it, Leonard!
yeah, no, swamp water and ocean water are completely different things, and if they're on a volcanic island, it would be way too arid for them.
He sighs. But we can't keep them here. So do you all have a better idea?
Not at the
Is
moment.
there
We're trying to
anyone,
figure it out.
any other dragon you've heard about that has, I don't want to use the wrong word, but the different color children together?
Interbred. Yeah.
Interbred, thank you.
The eggs never made
That
it,
we,
and that's why it was
perhaps then-
outlawed. The fact that they've lasted this long is a first.
then maybe we
Have
need
you-
somewhere really hot yet still moist and see if maybe that would work.
So, volcanic springs? But those would be the wrong kind of water.
Well,
And
I
they need
mean,
a matriarch to raise them there on top of
if
Yeah, have you...
red dragons need volcano, maybe red dragon, black dragon babies need volcano water.
Well, also,
We don't, that's the problem, we don't know this.
I know this a little bit because you know me and my little hyperfixation with the deep and the underdark. I know red dragons tend to also enjoy simply being underground. Have the two of you considered nesting further, deeper beneath the town here while also maintaining your jobs?
There's gonna be more babies here than I'll be able to handle.
Yeah,
There's
no,
a reason why it's usually a community effort with our matriarchs.
Which brings up, I know a pretty competent clan of deep dwarves that I've become a part of, and typically while they travel a lot, I'm sure they'd be happy to assist with some potential more family.
The main problem there is they still need to be raised by dragons.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up. Have either of you talked to your respective matriarchs about this at all?
They both shake their heads.
It's risky,
So-
isn't it?
What do you think's gonna happen when you show up on their door with eggs that look very much not like either? They're gonna ask questions and might have a better solution.
Why do you think I asked for you to come here?
To talk to the matriarchs?
Yes.
Oh,
They'll at least be civil to you while they'll actually try to actively punish us.
okay. That's good. My only other option was gonna see if any of the elder primalists might have any knowledge about it.
The problem for that part is... And with that, Leonard speaks back up. Our matriarchs aren't very on talking terms, and we both know that there's gonna need to be at least 2 of the older dragons to raise these wherever they end up going to. So it's not only just the whole interbreeding is forbidden because the eggs never make it, it's also the fact that our 2 broods don't like each other.
Ah,
Oh.
star-crossed lovers.
Yeah. I tried to get her to read this book I had on it. She just doesn't.
Shut up. I don't like romance.
For what it's worth,
He sighs.
I think both of the matriarchs can at least understand what's best for the children's most important, but I get why they may not want to talk directly to each other on it.
Well, the problem is that there's gonna at least need to be one of each there just in case.
Yeah.
And if it's not the matriarchs, because they can't really leave the breeding grounds, it's gonna have to be one of their, oldest daughters.
Maybe that could be a plan.
If they can
Maybe.
be okay with each other, though, like I said. So I guess she was hoping to hire you all, and we can't really go through the Adventurers Guild for obvious reasons. We don't
Yeah,
need this
okay.
town knowing a couple of dragons live here. It causes issues.
You don't need to hire us or anything. I'm glad to help you out, Aunt Alkis. And, of course, Leonard.
Look, we're not gonna make you go across the goddamn continent
Why do you
for free.
keep laughing at Leonard's name?
I just
It's a
keep,
perfectly respectable
I keep
Orcish
seeing the
name.
guy from Big Bang Theory. I'm so
Look,
sorry.
Leonard is actually just my short orc name. My real name is Leonard Granadara.
Yeah.
But that's a little more difficult to say, and it's not orcish.
How old are your eggs?
Say about 10, 20 years?
They hatch around 100.
Usually.
How long do they last when they interbred normally?
Well, the eggs come out, and then a couple days later they sort of die.
Have you left your home at all recently, Alkis? In those 20 years?
Nah, I stay here. Why?
I expected them to not last, right? And then they started lasting and things. And then he started getting pushy, like a couple years ago. And then, like, recently he's been like, we need to get them somewhere in case they hatch early. And I'm just like, I don't. And you just see Leonard sigh and, like, massage his temples again.
Well, I have a hunch, but I'm going to make that potion under the premise when I drink it, what may happen to the eggs should we move them from this town.
What?
He has a
What are you
potion
talking
that can
about?
help him. He has a potion that could help him see the future from some weird alternate timeline thing the Adventurers Guild has.
Oh, okay.
I
We
have,
think
Don't ask
Sahirazar,
questions, or else it'll collapse.
we think Sahirazar or Brock might have some insight into this, since we have
I can
people who can ask.
I can ask Greg.
Zach, do you know anything about this?
You don't want to ask my dad.
Well, I'm not going to ask your dad. I'm just wondering if maybe you have any
I
knowledge
mean,
on
we
this
could
subject.
also ask Anaku.
They're giant flying lizards. I have no idea.
Anaku might have a decent idea on that, honestly.
That is, if he's awake. I'm not sure if he's recovered yet.
I don't know if he'd be happy to see me. I like to annoy him.
Well, I mean, he kind of
Very
owes me one.
dangerous game to annoy Anaku. And I've been playing it for several years now.
Then I could just walk in and ask if you can't control yourself. So thank you for telling me now.
That's still
he
a
doesn't like
truck
being
is
called
the
a dragon.
problem, Leonard says.
Yeah.
So let's
mean-
just put it this way. I can pay you about half up front and the other half if we can successfully get this eggs to a place that's okay. What do you think the travel expenses are gonna be? Because honest to God, I fly where I need to go. I don't know anything about anything else.
When it comes to expenses, we can talk about that after the traveling. We can afford any traveling, and you can reimburse us. if
Are
we-
you sure?
We can handle enough to foot the bill up front, and then we will.
All right. Let me
bill
put
you
it this
for
way
it
then.
accordingly.
This is important enough that I will triple whatever expenses you do in getting this done. So make sure you keep track of all that, all right?
Okay.
Relevant
And as he
expenses,
says
Aelin.
that, as he says that, you watch as Alkis visibly shudders, knowing he's got a huge hoard.
Oh, that
Oh,
horde.
eyes.
Very
His
generous.
muscles, his huge, giant,
Sorry.
girthy horde.
Give me a sec. I'm trying to pull up some fucking notes and the other things still. that got me off guard.
Yeah, we're perfectly fine traveling over there. The job that we are on for the Adventurers Guild isn't really a timed one right now, and even the
And
ones
I
we
wouldn't
have with time
say
limits
that this
usually
is
have.
very timed. However, the longer they're in a spot that's not good for them, the less likely they're gonna survive. And since these have survived this long, I'd like to see what my children end up like. Like, don't get me wrong, my own kind, they're nice, and I don't mind them at all. But like, he like points at Alkis, and like her fucking scales are shimmering in this like dull light from underground. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm pretty interested to see what they end up looking like as well. I hope I survive that long.
And plus, this could be a start for something great between our kind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully.
So the quicker you can
I
get
wonder
this
what
done,
the-
the better,
I
because
wonder what their breath
every
weapon would
year
end up
that
being.
they aren't where they need to be is more likely that they die. I've tried to
can't
do my best to check on them, but like I don't know shit about eggs.
Yeah, that's fair.
They just all I know is that they haven't like they still move in there and shit, so they're alive. I mean, I've started naming them. Don't get him started. He's named all of them, but I don't like any of the names. Oh, you love the names. Come on. Eric is not a name.
Yeah, wait, that's not a name. That's just a weird mouth sound. But
Eric Strauss is a great name.
I like it.
He points at you. See?
I mean, knowing how stubborn Aunt Alkies can be, and knowing how insistent you can be, why not? I'm sorry, but all the solutions are just splitting them in half. Like you name half, she names half. But that sounds awful to be like name half your children.
Exactly right. But she doesn't want to do any of this couple shit. I've been trying to get her to marry me in town for a while. Everyone thinks I'm some creepy orc that keeps fucking sneaking over there. It's nothing creepy about it. She asks for me to come over.
Oh, is that what
she's
that noise
definitely in
was?
love with you.
Then marry me.
Fuck. I'm not fucking tying myself down to you or this place.
You've been here for like 100 years, Alkies.
So the rumors
Shut
were true.
It's a whole thing. These two are like literally bickering and draconic right now.
Aahana,
I'm
forced to understand what they're saying.
Alright.
So should I go try and get in touch with Grak, or are we gonna?
That's
Feel
the thing we
free.
could probably handle later.
Hold on, I'm going to brew this potion. I was already half finished. I'm gonna use one of my winter diamonds while you were all conversing with our respective deities to get any extra insight on this. Because every voice is useful. It's fine, Oswald. Let's see what we can learn here now.
All right.
I have the thing in order.
What?
You know,
Doesn't have the voice.
I'm gonna use Rhea and Susie to channel them. That'll be easier.
Yeah.
So,
Hey Zach, why don't you channel your
who wants
dad?
to go first? Who wants to go first?
I'll go
Zach
first.
just implodes.
So you take Rhea off your shoulder and she's staring at you, wondering what the fuck you want.
We need to talk to Grak about We need insight on this situation. We're not sure what to do with the eggs.
She nods. She seems to understand. She holds up a finger, and then her eyes go from that golden soft glow that you're used to this like furry red, and her mouth is now like flames are spewing out of them as she stares up at you. Yes.
We need
Like a soft, like it's a very tiny, weird version of Grak. It's kind of you're trying not
Like she
to
doesn't have the vocal cords to really speak. Like that, and you're like,
we've got a peculiar situation involving interbreeding dragons that they're alive. And we don't know what to do with the eggs.
Wait, it finally happened? You watch as she turns around, stares at the eggs, and starts laughing.
sounds like
She's
someone
like
just went to bed.
laughing her ass off, like bent over your hand, laughing.
In other news, massive quakes all around the continent. The death toll is in the hundreds of thousands.
I told Anaku this is gonna happen if he didn't step in. Holy shit, it fucking happened. Turns back to you, clears throat.
The dragons who just watched the literal deity, the creator, Grak himself, lose his shit over this.
Leonard leans over. I think we're
No
gonna have to pay them
fucking
quadruple.
shit about this. Sorry. And then Rhea's eyes turn back to normal.
Oh, I was gonna ask if Anaku would.
Alright.
Anaku's not here.
I know, I was gonna ask if Grak knew if Anaku would.
Susie's fluttering in front of Aahana, ready and waiting while Wilk hyperfixates on his little alchemy kit.
Did Rhea do a good job? She's looking for praise.
Yes.
Demo's fighting his demon.
yeah, sorry. The dog was like freaking out in her sleep, and so yeah, she's good.
Demo, do you have like keychains or something tied to your fucking microphone? I need to figure out. You need to record us a video of you taking that fucking headset off one day so we can see what the shit makes all that noise.
I have no idea. I literally just stretched the ear parts apart and then set it over top of my monitor. That's it. It's nothing. Yeah, Fenris is gonna give Rhea a chunk of plate and just be like,
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Nomming.
Okay, Susie, you ready?
Yes.
Puts out hands for her to stand on.
She stands on it. He watches her entire body's enveloped in blue flame.
Sahira's
Oh, it's you. Hello,
We have-
Aahana. How are you doing?
I'm doing actually really good. I got a very nice spa day, and
Oh, really?
yeah, I'd recommend you try it out.
I'm a little big for that. How's Bazooka?
Well, last time I talked to her, she seemed to be doing pretty alright, and we also got, oh god, what do they call her? What do you call the Lamia? Because I don't... She's going by a new name, I don't wanna...
It's Zokiti.
Zokitty. Found
Did you find
Zokitty.
her? She's alive?
Yes, and she's gone back to help Bazooka. At least get her brother.
I don't know if it's a good thing that she's so close, but let's pray she stays safe.
Well, couldn't really stop her.
Yeah, she's always been headstrong.
I mean, let's hope Anaku learns from his mistakes.
Yeah. Well, we have a black dragon and a red dragon who have interbred, and I was wondering if you have any insight on if,
I
like,
don't
we should...
really make children like most creatures make children. I do know that Grak and Unthul used to give Anaku shit for not actually addressing that little hiccup. I don't know what I can do to help with that insight. I have no idea.
Ah. So basically the same as Grok, we need to go talk to Anaku.
That'd be for the best, but if he's still recovering, I wouldn't bother him.
Yeah.
The only advice I could say might help is take both of the whatever dragons are doing and bring them together and have them find middle ground. Harmony is the breath of a life. And that with that, the flame flickers out.
So I think that means my plan was right. Let's find a volcanic spring.
No, we need to talk to both of them anyway. We can't just find a volcanic spring and throw the eggs in there and everything's done. They have to be raised by dragons.
It's okay, Oswald. You'll understand sarcasm one day. Pats him on the back.
So do you guys just talk to the creators whenever you feel like it?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, we're on a mission to save Aelin Thero's son, so we're kind of having to communicate with them
I
every
was
once in a while.
wondering why the old tree hadn't passed yet.
We can't tell you, unfortunately, because of other mark.
Oh,
But yeah,
all right. Well,
we're working on our best to make sure that doesn't go wrong.
I don't know if we should send the saviors of potentially this world to.
I mean,
Deal
we're
with
way
this
ahead of
egg
schedule.
Yeah,
Don't
we were
worry.
given a
Have
time
a
limit of
schedule?
we were given the time limit of what, like 5
It's-
years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 5 years.
And we're going
That
those
was-
ways anyways.
That was like
This
what,
dragon,
8
like
months
with
ago?
a high-pitched voice and concern on his face. This male fucking orc is just like, this isn't a lot of time. You sure?
Oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah, no, 5 years is a lot of time for non-dragons.
Yeah, it's
You mortals
pretty
get
long.
so much done in such short spans of time.
Yeah, I mean, we brokered a trade agreement between Elmoroth and the dwarves in what, like 4 months?
And a truce between
fuck?
Aelin Theral, the elves, and the dwarves on top of it.
Pretty Pretty sure most of that
Didn't
time
we-
was spent lost in the caverns. That's where they found me.
Didn't we broker the truce between El and Thero and the dwarves just because
Yeah.
we could?
Is that why that war stopped?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
we thought it would help.
All right, fine. So what
By
is
the
the
way-
plan?
We're gonna have to go speak to the matriarch, so I guess we'll have to figure out transportation.
Well,
I guess the only airship place is the closest one is the next town over, but I don't think we could get a ship to take us right there.
And we don't have access to the sea here, but you know, there's always. If you walk, you'll get to it.
well, without knowing this, the potion is already half brewed when I started.
By the way, while he's drinking the potion, all that, Aunt Alkis, there was another reason why we had to visit you. Their adopted father was an orc, and we found his body buried out by that abandoned farm. Turns out that's where he's from. We were hoping to get in contact with people to give him a proper burial.
Ah, an orc. And as
Yeah.
she says that, she changes back into her Arakakra vulture form. So work. All right.
Yeah, he's from the Munganook farm. Apparently, he's the last member of that family.
Shit. So that place is actually going to be closed down.
I mean, maybe they're considered his adopted children, so maybe give it to them. I don't know.
Do they want it?
Sorry,
Looks at
I
Fenris.
had to deal with the dog. What did I miss?
Do you want Daddy's farm or not?
Kinda.
Will you be taking care of it?
I mean, obviously we have some things to deal with, but yes.
It'll be
Huh.
better care than it is right now.
Well, I'll go talk with him with the overlord of the orcs at least. I'll talk to him about all of this and make sure that they take the body. Do you have the family weapon?
Pulls it off my back. Yep.
I'll need that as well. They'll be adding it to that. Only the finest craftsmen, don't you worry.
We were also wondering if it would be possible for me and Wilk to carve the part.
That's not a good idea. They have people for that.
Well, as
Alright.
long as they do that, because he wanted
Yeah.
his silver to be forged into a weapon, though I'm guessing...
That's part of what orcs do. When a person in the family dies, most of them usually end up having the same sort of stones, and they're added to whatever family weapon, armor, or basically artistic whatever. It's part of that, basically.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sorry
yeah.
for your loss.
No, it's fine.
Life of a slayer.
Happens.
Well, I'll talk with the higher ups, and then I'll send word to. She looks to Oswald. I guess your mother.
Yeah, that's where we're staying.
All right. She takes the hammer, slings it over her shoulder, and then starts to leave. And as she leaves, she ignores the shit out of Leonard, who's been staring at her with this like love-struck look on his face this entire time. And as she leaves and she notices you guys are all staring, he looks back at you, wiggles his eyebrows, and be like, "Isn't she great?"
You see why you like her. Now, just a little shake here. I might be tripping for a good while. This is my first try. So
Let's take him
we can
out of the
leave.
room with the eggs.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that.
Oh, okay.
No better place to trip than a grave grove.
Just, I don't know what's gonna happen other than what I might see some things. So I don't know if I'll be active or if I'm just gonna be on the ground.
What the fuck?
Let's just-
What does this potion do, honey?
This is a divination potion. Upon drinking it, you slip into a trance and see a glimpse of a potential future to come. This glimpse is of a relevant nature and of you or whomever you are concentrating on. In this case, the eggs and should they leave Alkis. However, it can be of other timelines or something that may not come to pass if certain actions are taken. The DM will tell you what your glimpse is, and what you do with it is up to you.
All right, roll me a D2.
We may have to take a break here. My dog really needs attention.
Give it attention.
No.
I
You can
mean,
take a 5-minute like potty
Yeah,
break and
it's
shit.
time for a potty
Yes,
break, and we'll
please.
come back to that too later.
I guess I'll get up and walk around.
And if this causes any sort of tech problem, I'm shooting demo. So that's the secret you were waiting a year to show, huh? Ah, she left.
I'm back.
Yeah.
So that's the secret you waited a year to show, huh?
Huh? Yeah. What?
No, I just.
Did you see
yeah.
it coming?
No. I mean, as far as I knew, they were just names. It's a good twist, though.
Time to sidetrack you all with going to another continent. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Hey, now I can finally fucking go properly greet that Primalist that helped me, instead of just being like, hi, yes, here's money, take me place.
I'm just waiting for everyone to take a level in Primalist so that they can get abilities. The school's right there.
It is a very good multi-class ability.
You want the ability to use Dragon's Breath? Totally, if you get a good troll. But it's a potential.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just would rather, you know, place my stone on Elenthirol and get summon vine creatures.
You could probably probably get an ability from him if you really want it.
You have to really prove yourself, though.
An AC of 30 would be nice too.
It's funny you think it's 30.
An AC of 3,000. Okay. Touch is God. You get resistance to fire. Okay.
I mean, when you get to God level, especially giant tree God level, it's more like AC 0 health points until the DM says so. You can hit the tree. It's not gonna matter, but you can hit the tree. It's there. It's hard to miss.
It's like a barn.
Like fucking AC -1, hit points 10 trillion. Yeah, I mean, you saw from my game, it's very fun to put in Secret Dragon.
Elenthiril Alinara. Armor class 16. Barkskin. Currently set at hit points to 45,000.
4,500. 4,500.
Ah, that should be 1,000, but oh well.
79.
I would definitely need to amp that up with how much damage you guys do now. But yeah, he's killable. God of life. Balance in nature, chaotic good. He has a
Throws
multi-attack.
rocks. Throws
All
rocks
stats in D&D are not geared towards people actually playing the game.
Oh, I know.
And you wanna know what's fucked up? With Curse of Strahd, if you guys gained 2 levels, you could probably take on Strahd and have a
Oh yeah, I know.
25% chance of winning.
He's just a vampire.
Yeah, he's got some buffed up stats, but base book Strahd, a team of like a party of 4 level 6 or 7s could have a 25% chance of taking him out.
Oh yeah, the problem especially with those creatures like vampires, they don't have a lot of hit points because you're supposed to be playing them so intricately smart and in their own layers and all that shit that they should be outdoing the party just off of big dick brain alone, but that's damn near impossible to play off half the time.
Mm-hmm. And then the players are like, hey, DM, yeah. Remember that pair of googly eyes you gave me at the beginning of the campaign? Yeah, where, you know, you said that it doesn't have very many uses? Yeah. I found a use along with 27 other items to make a nuclear bomb. How? Okay, Strahd needs to roll me a DC 3,927 con check to avoid the nuke.
He uses a legendary resistance.
I mean, he has 20 legendary actions he can take at a time. And they do regenerate.
Oh god, you're still talking about Elmthrill.
Yep. Because he's meant to take on an army, so he has the whole Rise My Children call to aid. Like, those are just shit he does after someone else's turn. He needs 20 of them if there's an army facing him.
And against a party, any good deity against a party of 4 or more should be doing 3 legendary actions on every person's turn.
Right.
At least.
Is everybody back?
His attacks are Slam, Rock, and Regenerate.
I'm back.
Hatter?
Hello.
Fenris?
Yep.
Alright.
Hey, we're all back. Time to trip balls by my father's grave tree. He definitely would have led them there because he wants to spend some time there.
That'd be
Do
overheard.
drugs, kill bear.
Wait, which one is it?
That's a nice place.
There's a
Walls
sapling
over
over there.
foaming at the mouth.
No, I'm not giving you my chicken sandwich.
You
But-
give her that chicken sandwich.
I
Chicken
brought her
sandwich.
home bits of fucking rib, alright? And I'm gonna be cooking that up in butter for her when we're done.
Acceptable.
She's spoiled enough.
Everyone but Raph mute themselves, I suppose. Demo just ripping his mic out, apparently.
That actually wasn't me.
So,
Ooh.
you fall over backwards and everyone just sort of watches as your eyes roll back in your head and you are suddenly floating. Roll me a d2.
I did. I got a 2.
Oh, well, good for you. You're underground. Like, deep underground. You can feel it. You see a giant, like, glowing blue stone pillar. Like, it's pulsing. It reminds you a lot of Alkeis's eyes. You see the eggs broken on the floor, and these little, like, what can only be considered magma dragons, like little babies, like rolling around chasing each other. And on either side of this pillar is a gigantic black and a gigantic red dragon watching over them. Off in the distance behind them, you see a very familiar sight of a caravan, a very familiar caravan. A good distance away. That is what you see as you then return to your senses about an hour later. The rest of you watched him spasm for like an hour to the point where you guys were actually wondering if he was gonna be okay. And like talking about like, do we go get your mom? Like, you're sitting there for an hour watching this dude having convulsions and
Put a
frothing at
piece
the
of
mouth.
leather in his mouth so he doesn't bite his own tongue.
Susie lifting her pop. No, he's onto something. This is fucked, though.
I'm still putting a piece of leather in his mouth.
But then you can come to and tell him what you saw.
Fuck. How long was I out?
About an hour.
Concerningly long amount of time. Yeah.
Ah.
Like, you see Leonard over there, like, looking at you with his eyes. Like, you've never seen an orc's eyes get that big.
The matriarch's daughter, and I described the black dragon that I saw in the exact detail I saw it. Does she look like that?
Okay.
I asked him, does she look like exactly how I described? To Leonard, the matriarch's daughter.
He's, like, looking at you, his brows furrowed. Been a while since I've seen them. But, I mean, if they're big like that, probably one of them.
And of course the other Alkeis's matriarch daughter. Alright. It was deep underground in the Underdark. There was a massive soul gem. At least I think it was a soul gem. It had the same color that you would see from a spellcaster trying to hide it. And usually they have like some kind of jewelry, a tell, you know? And...
Oh, so like this just holds up his piece of soulstone.
yeah, that, exactly. But just slightly different. Just slightly. It was massive, but most importantly, I saw the dwarven caravan. The deep dwarves was far in the background. I don't know where in the Underdark it is, because the area was a little different. They move, but they know of one. And both the Drake, I'm assuming the matriarch's daughters, were there. And I look up to Leonard, and I describe the little magma babies. They
He
were
watches
cast.
his, like, eyes shimmer, and he's like, oh, that's great. So they're definitely gonna have that fiery affinity. It must be someplace warm. But I guess since there's still that other side, they gotta be damp too. I'm guessing so that maybe, so for like interbreeding to work, they have to be, I guess, feeding off of soul?
They have to be close to a source, a very strong source of it.
Oh.
So is that why Alkeis is managing to, like, keep them there alive?
I look him in his eye and go, yeah.
Ah. You know, don't talk about it, because there's this
I
like
know.
little elf that he's like is literally like he lives in the walls of her cave. I don't know where the fuck he comes from. He's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Don't talk about it. He can't hear us out here, but like he'll find out. He always finds out.
Head pops out a tree.
concerned.
I can hear you.
Concerned about there being an elf living in there, but besides that, deep down in the Underdark, there are mushroom trees. It's almost humid. Very nice place to live, honestly. But there's plenty of water and, of course, the heat from deep down in the earth.
I mean, that sounds probably like it's gonna work best out of anything. I would run that by the matriarchs then.
I think we should. It's what I saw, and I think it would be best.
But you said that this is just one of many outcomes.
Depends on the actions we take, but it is, if you ask me, an outcome we should pursue.
Yeah, Wilk.
I
Pulls
mean,
up a picture he's been drawing of the kids based on his description. They look like this.
Something
Rolled a
like
20,
that.
so
A little bit.
turns it around and shows Leonard.
Look at him. He like runs up, like you don't ever understand how this guy can get such a high pitched voice randomly. He takes the picture and he just look at their little faces.
I just let him keep that one.
Yeah, he's keeping it.
You're saying, Aahana?
He didn't even ask.
Standing up.
well, I mean, one, we know it's one that will work if we can get everything together, and two, people are much more willing to listen to you if you have a good plan. So
Then, you know, the
we
creators
talked to
on
both
our
the
sides.
matriarchs about sending off the daughter they consider the best for the position and take care of the eggs in the Underdark.
Look, that's cool, but you're probably gonna have to find a way to like mend the rift between the two. I don't even know what fucking caused it, so it'll be something you're gonna have to talk to them about.
Well, yeah, but if they, hopefully, they would be willing to tell us ways that we could go about mending the rift if they know it's for the sake of their children.
True.
I will say one thing. I think that it's a case of lovers scorned. My great-great-grandmother always had a weird affinity for, like, you know, the darker skilled ones. You should see the two she keeps by her side. She's kidnapped them, of course, but it's a couple of male black dragons.
Ah, so you
I
take after
think-
your great-great-grandmother.
I think that she might have gotten scorned or vice versa. I think it's something to do with that. I could be wrong. Fuck if I know. They're both girls, so nothing would have happened anyway.
Well, a broken heart's a broken heart.
Good luck with that one. If it's anything to be thought of, it's probably the Black Dragon's fault, because they all seem to be a little less able to return affection.
Well, if Elkies is anything to base off of, then yeah, they seem to have emotional problems.
They get angrier, though, if you don't praise them. It's weird.
Oh, maybe she just has trouble expressing her emotions just because of a upbringing that didn't focus on it. Or maybe she's got.
He just shrugs
different way
like,
of
I have
thinking.
no fucking idea.
I mean,
I know I'm apparently bad at showing affection, but it doesn't mean I feel less.
her perspective on it is she finds herself stopping able to talk to you because she's just she's into you that much, but at the same time she says that you keep getting angrier and angrier as it goes on. I'm guessing it's because she's not responding.
Look, you try to chase a woman for 100 years, and only just now, just so we can live together. That's such a big problem.
I don't see it as a problem, honestly.
I am tired of the fact that this whatever orc is seeing her, quote unquote, is like getting such a shitty reputation because of all this. I can't even like come out as like being into her now because everyone be like, "Oh, you're that pervert." There's steps that need to be taken here if you want to live calmly here.
I'm guessing orc culture and the mixture of the vulture culture is pretty strict on wedding, isn't it?
She's an Arakakra in her form.
Yeah.
It's not even a part of this. It's more the orc culture.
Also, yeah, no, they don't. It's not like they're not allowed to. It's just, you tend to end up with the people that are like you.
The orcs are a little more strict when it comes to families and marriage and
Yeah,
shit like that.
it's kind of difficult to convince to allow one of us in the family when we don't have any rocks to forge into the weapon.
Oh, they're not worried about that part. I can take whatever I want. It's just I shouldn't be just dating around, and it's frowned upon.
All right.
And I'm also now old enough that they're like, why haven't you married yet, Leonard? Look at your fucking, rocks, Leonard. Think about your future and your family name. Leonard, I've got this daughter that would just work so well with you. She's got the right personality. I'm tired.
What's your family weapon, if you don't mind me asking? I know it's a visage, but...
I'm a dragon. Every so often, I just sort of leave and come back looking slightly different and saying that I'm his son. I have a weapon I made recently, at least. It started out as just the head of a weapon because I've only been doing this for it's only been 2 generations.
Yeah,
But it's a spear made out of dragon steel.
it's very impressive.
Just have to keep adding on to it every time we have to fucking... It's just... Maybe we could come out as dragons one day? Just for now, it's not a thing, though. And she's totally not into it.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt that the vultures would care much. I think the orcs would just think that's a, interesting addition to the community.
Yeah, from
Like
my
you're raiding
perspective,
and
it's
pillaging.
fine. Hers, I'm not. She's just not convinced. It's gonna be one of those things I can work towards, but I can't do that unless we're actually.
I'll send
Yeah.
word to my folks down below. It might take a little bit of time, but it's gonna take time to travel. To ask them about any good, very humid locations and any soulstone pillars they've come across.
All right.
Yeah, that
Like I
also
said-
is probably why we don't think the pairing's so weird, considering this one here, Thumbs, that Wilk is technically dwarven nobility now.
I'm not gonna ask. Look, I don't want
Are
to
you
put a
sure?
time.
It's a funny story.
I don't want to put a time limit on this. I'm sure Alkis is more than enough for the eggs, but I still worry. I feel like they should be gotten bigger by now. I just try to keep it under a year.
Oh yeah, no, we'll head off right away. Well,
Alright.
not right away. We'll be here a couple of days and then we'll go.
Appreciate it. Like I said, I'll triple whatever you end up spending to get this done. Don't worry about the price. I've got the horde. I'm a bit older than Alkis, thankfully, so I have the funds to spare.
Honestly, at least I feel pretty fortunate to have run into the two of you as it is. I've been looking for dragon steel anyway.
Oh, really?
I didn't think it'd be as simple as the dragon himself to make it. I thought you would have to work with a smith.
No, we make that shit ourselves. But it's the ore that... The ore is a bit of an amalgamation of different things, including soulstone, so it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, I have a project working on it that'll take 5 ingots, but that's something we can talk about.
It
another
ends up
time.
looking a lot like this if it's fire imbued, but you can kind of choose whatever imbuement you think it needs.
I think it should be more.
He taps on the stone sticking out of his face and shit. That's why I chose, dragon steel. It's the closest I can get.
I see. Considering the weapon that it's repairing, probably something water imbued.
I would suggest asking a water dragon then, but if you can get the stuff for it, we can still probably do it ourselves.
I'm
What do
not-
you need for it?
Well, if you need a water imbued dragon steel, you'd need a lot of iron, right? And then you're gonna get some soulstone, but then you're gonna need to get the pure form of an element, and you're gonna use that to basically make it together using a dragon's breath. Any dragon's breath works.
You know, that might explain why my little grocery list, you can call it, required an essence of ice.
Well, it's probably gonna need more of that. But if you wanted a water imbued one, it'd be an essence of water.
Huh.
And yours would be fire imbued and Alkis would be acid imbued?
Hers is more soul based.
Oh. Alright.
But we can still make it if we have the ingredients. The breath you use to make it doesn't affect it at all. It's the items that you use to make it.
Oh, okay.
So iron,
What would I-
soulstone, and some primal essence of that element. Okay.
If you can get that, we can easily make it. It's not that hard.
How would one get soul essence? I guess just
Soulstone works.
yeah.
Or if you
I guess
can
just
get,
more soulstone.
if you want to do it the wrong way, you can basically kill someone and trap their soul.
The only person I'd consider doing that to would be can't remember his name all of a sudden. Aahana, who do you want to kill?
Silas.
Silas. Yeah, the only person I would think that would be Silas.
And
Let's
probably
not
best not
knock his
to
soul into
throw
a
his
weapon.
name all over the place.
Yeah. Though, there's already a soul in the item I'm trying to repair. Honestly, we can kind of show you an example because we were hoping somebody here might have some insight on how to fix this. Aahana?
Oh. Opens bag
Hangy boy stick.
to show the shards of it.
Huh. You're definitely. I can't help you with that one. That is not my affinity in the slightest. A forest dragon would help, or a druid, a really powerful one.
Yeah, we
Or
can't
any
go
really
with a really
good
powerful
smiths.
druid.
But
But Jack here had the idea of going to the gnomes.
No, gnomes wouldn't help with that. I think the elfsmiths would be very good at it.
I'm trying to avoid the elfsmiths, unfortunately.
And I
Yeah.
would suggest a druid or, I mean, the orcs are actually pretty adept at various forms. I would check the artisans tier.
Thank you.
You might get lucky. Maybe one of the orcs decided to go more natural route. And if
Just
not
imbue
here,
with a
the
very
orc
angry,
capital.
mean soul.
We are
Yeah,
going to be stopping by the capital. Yeah.
If there's not something here, there should be something there. They have everything. If that's
Zach
if that's
pouting on
everything,
Ahana's head.
I'm gonna. I need to go close the shop. It's getting late.
Show that picture to Alkius. Let her know what we saw. And there's good
I
hope.
think he's gonna let me see her. Anyway, he just walks away waving.
Well, we got, what, 3 hours left before dinner?
Yeah, about that.
It is dark now. Like, the street lamps are up. The graveyard itself doesn't have any street lamps, but what it does have is, as it got dark, lights flicked on that sort of hover in the air all over the place. You don't know where the fuck they come from and what they are. They seem to be magic-based. They don't move. They're just there.
Start feeding Pillbug your other half of water bottle. Or milk bottle.
God, I can't fucking remember which one of these was the Primalist Academy. That was Red Wing Academy, right? Or is that a different thing?
Hmm?
Which one of these locations on the side was the Primalist Academy again?
It would be Red Wing.
Okay, yeah.
The monastery is like monks.
The only other place I would want to do is stop by my my old academy, but Mom kind of likes us to be likes people to be home a bit before dinner. But we could stop by on the way. It's right over there.
Sure thing.
Alrighty.
Tomorrow we can stop by the Arson's wing and see if they have anything for the staff.
Yeah. Well, knowing what I know, it'd be kind of interesting to have some dragon steel. Well, let's go. I'm pretty sure it was 15. Yes, 15 is Red Wing Academy.
The academy is dark because it's nighttime, but you do see the people that caretake it just like closing up shop.
Right, it's dark.
There's no students or anything, but there are people, like I said, closing the shop. One does note you and waves.
I wave back.
Oswald, what? You come back for something?
We were just passing through, decided to come visit the hometown again.
You decided to come. Are you planning on signing on as a teacher?
Not yet. Maybe eventually.
The vulture kindred. That's he looks to be one of those bald, red-headed ones. Just kind of like shifty eyes. All right.
We're just cutting through on the way back home.
Oh, so you didn't come see us.
Well, it's a little late.
And
He wants to see you, but he doesn't want to leave his mother waiting.
I also don't want to impose.
We're imposing.
why do you think you're imposing?
True. Come on. Gestures for everyone to come with him.
He's an older man at this point. This is one of the ones that used to teach you. He's now got a cane, but he's happy to see you.
Do I remember his name or no?
Make it up. I don't know.
Fuck.
Zeke.
Fine by me, Zeke.
Alright. So what brings you by?
Well, we were just in the area and I wanted to stop by and we asked a couple questions about, do you know anything about working with unicorn horn?
The
Or any of its properties?
unicorn horn?
Yeah, we came across some and I had an idea to try and make a staff out of it, but
That's
I don't
a
know, it has a weird
divine
feeling.
creature. What
That's
they
what I
do is a
thought.
lot more. You know, the creators a lot more like that, less
Yeah.
like what we do.
I had a feeling about that. I just wasn't quite sure.
The fuck did you get a unicorn horn? Did you get any of its abilities?
No, I didn't actually meet the unicorn. I found it in a chest.
Damn.
The Adventurers Guild has some weird thing where you can go to alternate timelines.
Huh?
I did get the breath of a fairy dragon.
Nice. What's a fairy dragon?
Flips to the picture that he drew. It looks like this. Is
The
about
fuck is that?
that big. What the hell do we actually call them?
Fairy dragons? They just
Oh,
don't
yeah.
exist right now.
Apparently they don't exist in huge quantities yet. I don't know. If you question it, apparently it'll collapse.
He's just
So we just
scratching the
don't
back of
question
his
it.
head, looking confused.
But hey, that means it's a good place to send Primalists to get abilities if they want to send it to be adventurers.
If certain individuals we met in that maze that you got at Oswald are any indication, this is possibly 40 years from now, if not longer.
Huh.
We did also find a tree, though. The sapphire ash was one of the ones that wasn't native, right?
No, they're all
Was it
native.
Wilk?
They were, including the silver, the ironwood, the ash.
Oh,
You're
okay.
looking
I thought...
for this. One of those. Did I say where any of them come from?
Not necessarily, no. Just that we didn't know where the fuck we got them.
Which one was the one that amplified potions and also acted as like for mana and things?
Ah, fuck. Was it the one I turned into incense for protection?
No, that one's sapphire ash, and that's not protection. That calms things.
Oh, yeah. Or...
You have the shit written down, right?
Yeah, but I have two different note things now because of, you know, other issues. Ironwood oak, used for potions for protection, resistance to
that one.
damage. Sapphire ash, useful for many different potions, enhancing effects when paired with other ingredients. Highly enchantable wood, fragrant, made into incense. Silver wood.
Sapphire ash. He pointed. So sapphire ash is actually in the Craigland. That's where it comes from.
Oh! Yeah, I probably should have paid more attention in botany class, shouldn't
There's
I?
not a lot of trees in the Craiglands, but you wouldn't find it here. You'd have to actually go into the Craiglands quite a good ways to find patches
Well, yeah,
of it.
but I'm assuming we were taught about it, and I just didn't pay attention because it wasn't a monster.
No, we don't really teach about that here. That's not what
Oh.
anything that Primalists need to worry about.
Hmm.
If you wanted to learn how to make potions, you'd have to go take a class of that.
Well, I was wondering more if there's any way to make it into get its calming effects to work with a staff. Might help with handling animals.
I'm not an artisan of any kind.
Neither am
really.
I.
Have to find an artisan or some sort of weapon master for that, or weapon crafter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, speaking of which, I did actually meet a human primalist off in, it was the village of Bright, right?
Sure.
It wasn't bright, it was goldenrod. And
Golden
That
Right.
one.
I don't remember ever seeing this before, but she blessed this staff of mine and hands it over. I'm assuming it's just something I didn't pay attention to.
He's staring at the staff. He's like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be seeing here. There's just a stick. If it's unhuman, maybe it's not full. Maybe they also were a bit of a wizard. Who knows?
I
Maybe
don't
they're
know,
able to
but
do things.
ever since I've used it, it's been easier to get monster abilities.
That sounds like more of a thing you'd have to ask them about. It's not anything I'm aware of. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to see if you were. It's fine, and mainly just wanted to
I just
come by
feel
and...
bad that you came over and then asked a bunch of questions I didn't know how to answer.
Look, is that any different from when I was actually learning here?
Yes, 'cause all you asked about was monsters, and I knew that.
I got a good question.
Huh?
How have you been doing?
I'm getting older. It's getting harder to walk around, but I'm okay.
How's the training extra primalists been?
Slow. We don't get. It's mostly orcs, and only most of the orcs want to go towards, the other academy to become a monk. The ones we are getting are from out of town that are looking to train, and they're not. There's no more, vulture kindred, so
Yeah.
it's not as we're not as robust as we used to be. I think we only have a single class at the moment, and it's a class of 5.
I don't know, did any of you guys want to try and learn? It's not that
No.
hard, really.
Well, I find it could be useful. I'm a little tied up learning how to be a Valkyrie right now, on top of my slaying training.
Well, if you ever want to train, you can stop by. The basics are pretty easy, and it's not like I charge for it. That means all of you above game have unlocked the ability to multi-class into Primalist.
If you want those, sir, we will be here in a couple of days. If you need on any of your primalists to have a sparring partner with extra talents.
He waves a hand. We don't really need to worry about that, I promise. Thank you, though.
Oh yeah, there was one other thing that's interesting. We found these things, and just brings the 3 Eldronga forward. I didn't find them in any book.
Can't say I've ever seen that before. That's
Yeah,
kind
by
of...
the way, did you know my dad was writing a book about monsters?
Yes. I'm sorry for his passing,
Why
by
am
the
I
way.
the only one who didn't know?
I mean, whenever you two talked, you didn't really talk. You know he talked to other people, right?
I didn't.
Look, your father loved you a lot, let me promise you that. However, you're a little different, and he didn't know really how to connect with you as well as... So he basically did whatever you did to try to really bond with you, and I think it worked, but I also think it made you worse. Not to mention, he was also a little odd himself, but you were odder, honest to God.
Sorry, just a teacher going, your parents made you worse.
I think writing the book was his way of trying to bond with you, Oswald.
Why didn't you ever tell me about it? I don't know.
Because every time he tried to have a conversation with you, you'd get distracted and run off towards a monster.
Fair.
After a certain point, he just stopped trying because you'd stay around longer if you didn't talk.
That makes me feel bad now.
No, don't feel bad. He loved you, and he was happy finding his way of keeping you around.
Yeah.
You can't help how you are as a child. I just wish he
Yeah,
could see
I
you
just-
now. You're having a conversation about something other than a monster for more than a couple minutes.
Yeah, I've been having to talk about that a lot. I've just had to get used to it.
I'm proud of you.
Fucking thousand-yard stare on his face.
Yeah, the Eldronga were an interesting bunch that we came across. Apparently they're
Yeah.
from, best way to word it. It was worded by their broodmother equivalent. World between worlds?
He's scratching the back of his head.
Yeah, right?
Like the ethereal plane?
But like different, like further.
Like between the ethereal plane. From, okay, the fact that the creators roam from world to world making them is like common mythology and knowledge, right?
Sort of.
Where they travel then, yeah.
Okay, then I don't know that. If it's only sort of, I don't know that. I guess it's just somewhere else, and through random luck, I got the ability to spawn the eggs of them, so I have some now.
That's fucked up. Be careful.
I will be. I can only sustain 3 of them right now, so.
Leans back towards Aelin and Aahana. Do you think he can learn Aelin's ability to not have to sleep?
Probably. Right?
Yeah, I hear
Plausible.
about that sleepless shit.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can do that. Why?
Oh, we thought it'd be funny if Oswald hit Aelin enough times and they got into enough altercations. Aelin's a visitor elf. He's not unblessed. He's just not a native elf. He
Well,
doesn't
yeah,
need to sleep.
he'd be able to get the ability.
Yeah. Anything that
interesting.
comes from just your race is something that I can learn.
Yep.
And Aelin, did you say you had dreams? Very detailed dreams about things you've not done?
And it's more memories of ancestors, but I fucking
I seem to
dreams.
recall some other traveler elves talking about like reincarnating or something.
Does that mean
It's a whole
Oswald?
thing.
If Oswald got that, would he be able to live memories from his family line?
It's either that or not his
guess
family
I'd put
line.
My
It'd be
own
like-
memories.
You know
Or
how
maybe
his
his
soul
memories?
returns to the world soul, correct?
Oh.
Whatever
God,
he was
what a-
before, he'd have memories of that, or he'd end up with Aelin's family memories
Oh, you don't want
of
that.
his
I mean,
reincarnations.
either sound interesting. You want to try? Holds out stick.
Hey, fuck it, go ahead.
Science.
Do I,
Yeah.
do I just grab the stick?
Yeah, just grab it and sort of channel your essence into it, like you're casting a spell.
Gonna grab it, focus as hard as he can, and like tense that a big old vein pops up at his forehead. Just
Roll Oswald.
Just don't say
Hey.
too often that you cast spells.
Alright, Aelin, let me find your thing.
We don't really care about it out here, but yeah.
We're pausing as we do this real quick. Aelin, where's your fucking sheet?
I'm sad no one laughed when I said I drew Aelin looking like a spring roll.
I thought it was funny.
Also, that nat one tried to draw Diamond Tusk, so Lufa just tore it out.
Where the fuck are you guys? There you are. Found you.
causing
Fucking-
trouble as always.
The dog in the background.
That poor doggy.
Yeah, she's.
Having a fucking fit.
Yeah. She'll want me to like grab a toy and play with her, but not bring me anything to throw for her.
Oswald, do you have keen senses proficiency in the perception skill?
I don't have proficiency in perception. I have keen senses and advantage on smell
Yeah,
checks.
this is a different one. Okay. You have fate ancestry. You have advantage on saving
Nope.
throws against being charmed. Blah blah blah.
Nope.
Can't be put to magic. Okay. There's the trance. You have keen mind. I don't think you have keen mind.
Nope.
Confused the hell out of me that
Do
stuff was
it.
opening on my sheet.
Sorry.
For a minute there, I forgot what you were doing.
Do you speak?
Aelin's brain
Do you
reformats.
speak Elven and Infernal?
Elven, yes. Infernal, no.
That one isn't the one he got from his race, though. So.
Yeah.
Roll me a D4.
A D4? Okay. One.
You got this one.
Oswald just blink, 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 blink. Huh. Well, I didn't get that. I got something kind of useless.
The guy's just laughing. Like he said that a lot back in the day too.
I mean, it lets me do something I already have. I already have proficiency in the perception skill.
This would be double proficiency then.
Oh. All right. Oh, never mind. Aelin, are you okay? Having a seizure.
Aelin, you've taken like 4 damage, psychic damage. You're just not. You're having a headache. You tried too hard.
And he has a tattoo. He's having a really bad
Some
head.
fucking aneurysm.
What did you say, Pinky?
I said Annie has the tattoo on his head, so he's really bad.
Yep, major headache.
Was there anything else I could help you all with?
Not that I could think of. Do you guys have anything?
No, it's just been interesting to see this place. He always talked about when he visited us in Wolf's Grove.
Yeah. Oh, these are the Slayers that I don't know if I talked to you about them. I
mentioned them considering you'd rant on and on about, the spirit of wolf.
Yeah. Still never convinced him to wrestle with me.
Well, I would expect not.
Yeah, I realize that now.
Well, if that's all, feel free to stop by during the day or whatever. I need to get home. The missus is making food.
Yep.
He starts hobbling away.
And I start walking away as well. Yeah, it's really funny how so many people, especially humans, treat this whole thing like it's, some special, oh, you were born this way, you have this amazing talent and work so hard, it's not really that difficult to learn. It's difficult to master, but you kind of just
Start moving.
grab a rock.
Primalism's a pretty difficult thing simply because of how dangerous it is, as far as I'm concerned, but...
Yeah, but you can always, do what we just did there. Except not have them break their brain.
I do wish less places we visited had fewer fertility issues.
Yeah.
Elves were suffering just as badly, unfortunately, due to spirits of nature.
Hello.
Hello, you.
Fuck, I just unplugged my fucking
As you guys
headphones.
return to the smell of home-cooked meal, a very happy Oswald's mother chirping in the background and inviting you all in,
Yes.
and you settle down in this big old table while she basically sets down a fondue set.
Ooh.
Big platter of meat, some things you can then pick, like little spears to spear them and then cook them and then dip in them in cheese or sauces. Just basically bits of bread, cheese, meat, everything you can think of. And then for dessert, it's what looks to be some sort of really spongy, light fruit cake. I think this is what we can call it for tonight.
Yeah.
Up is left and down is blue.
What should we call it? A tale of two scales?
I mean, I like a tale of two scales.
Or homecoming?
Romeo and Scaliette.
Fuck Cox internet service. We didn't cox it up.
Sorry about...
You have no control over that, just like when my Discord decides to start
like...
screwing up on
I feel
Sunday.
like I'm cursed, bro. Like, I don't understand. It was fine. And then I started doing D&D, and it was no longer fine.
I know, all yesterday, you were, like, on the server, we were playing Zomboid, nothing. I didn't even hear you talk about lag or anything. Like, you desynced once, I think.
But that other people were too.
Yeah, everyone else was. So I'm sitting here, like, I'm going, like literally said it all happening, I was like, why?
Right?
Yeah.
Just had
For a
it
whole
left
hour
field.
beforehand, it was fine. the fucking hour we started.
Alright, well,
Alright, I'm going to go give
Go.
a very fucking needy dog attention.
well, goodbye, everybody.
Go
I
get
will
the love
stop
later.
the recording.
Bye.
I hope you all
Bye.
had fun.
Bye.